As the leader of the Booner pack, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the f*** up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juices pumping, boys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Welcome in. We're doing something a little different this weekend. Noticed the Tigers on Sunday Night Baseball, Scooble Night. So we decided to go live, little watch party. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Caleb Czarnik. I'm here with Booner. Booner, how we feeling today?
Feeling amazing, Caleb. It's an honor to be with you on the Tigers baseball night. Hey, you look good tonight, brother. You look good.
I appreciate it. We got some special guests for you guys tonight. We got Chris Castellani coming in the mid innings, probably around third and fourth inning. We got Raj coming in for the sixth and seventh innings. So that should be fun here. Their takes and everything, trade deadline, and we get to watch the best pitcher in baseball take the rubber today. The Tigers on a 6-game skid, Boone, trying to end that. Taylor Skubal on the mound, minus 230 favorite as the Cy Young right now. That's pretty crazy. So, I mean, he's looking to put an end to that losing streak. They face Jacob Latz, 29-year-old lefty today. I think it was supposed to be Nathan Eovaldi, but he got scratched from the start today. The Tigers haven't seen this Jacob Latz fella much. I believe it's 4 or 5 combined at-bats for this Tigers order. So, we'll see what we get today out of the offense. The offense as of late has been nothing short of pretty miserable, making Kumar Rocker look like Vanderbilt Kumar Rocker yesterday. That was pretty frustrating. You get the late home run out of Riley Green. That was nice to see, but you still lose 4-1, and then you put up a pretty pathetic effort in game one coming out of the All-Star break. So Tigers looking to get back on track here. I mean, keys to the game, really, just keep Scooble's pitch count down and let him go. And let him rip, man. It's always fun watching Taylor Skubal go to work. He's the best pitcher on the planet, Boone.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, you're just cooking there, man. Hey, I love it. I'm pumped up. I'm looking at Taylor Skubal on the screen right now. He looks absolutely locked in. He kind of walks like a pit bull.
You want to hear a rumor I heard? And I saw this on TikTok, and I'm not 100% sure if it's true. Chat, you can let me know if this is true. I haven't noticed it, but I think one of his calves is bigger than the other calf.
It might be, but I just saw him walking, and he walks like he is like a absolute pit bull. Like,
yeah,
it's like this guy. He is, and I think the problem is 6-game losing streak, Caleb. That's like disheartening. It's not like it's like 2 or 3 games. I mean, these guys can't win a game. Thank God Taylor Skubal pitching tonight, and we can hopefully get out of this. Like that's the only positives of this team right now is, hey, Scoobs is pitching, and hopefully you get a win out of it. But if they don't get a win tonight, there's some problems. And I know it's like, oh, you're still one of the better teams in baseball. No. In my opinion, like there's some problems.
Yeah, that phrase. I mean, that's a phrase I've tended to use during these, 3-game skids. The Tigers have been on 2 or 3-game skids. Well, we're still the best team in baseball. While that might be true, and, other teams have gone through 6-game skids. The Dodgers just did it, and they're, on paper, the best team in baseball probably. But this losing streak has a different feel to it where you could really, really see the bad parts of this baseball team. The bullpen has been.
I think it's just the bullpen. I don't think it's anything else, to be honest. I mean, the hitting, obviously, but Tommy Candle is how you pronounce his name?
Tommy Candle.
He needs to. I'm sorry, he needs to get replaced. You need to go trade for someone to get him out of here.
I think that's a difficult conversation. I mean, that's a possibility. I think because that's your setup, man. That's your guy that's going to go out in the 8th inning. Right, to set up Will Vest to close out these games that are usually winning in, right? But do you just keep throwing Tommy Canley out there? I mean, he's getting no whiffs out of that changeup anymore like he was doing. I think his whiff rate is down 12% from last year. And when you really rely on swing and miss from that changeup, and you're not getting swing and miss from it, and hitters are really getting a hold of it, you're going to be in big trouble here. But we'll see. I mean, hopefully we don't have to use the bullpen much this game with the best pitcher on the fucking planet on the mound today. It's always a treat, man. And every time Taylor Skubal is slated for a Sunday start, you could bet your bottom dollar that game's probably going to be on Sunday Night Baseball. He's must-see TV.
Yeah, I mean they got moved to Sunday Night Baseball versus the Phillies, and you would think Tarek Skubal's playing or going to be pitching in that game as well. So I don't know, how did they even tighten that up? Is that even a possibility?
That what is a possibility that like they knew Skubal was going to throw?
Yeah, I mean, what are the odds that they have 3 Sunday Night Baseball games and he throws in all 3?
They're pretty high. But I'll say this: I said this on the Saturday show. I think it was 2 weeks ago. As much as I love watching our guy pitch, I would have loved to see like a Reese Olson start on Sunday Night Baseball, or like a Casey
I hope
start.
Casey Mize. I want the world to know who Casey Mize is. I know people know who he is, but I want the world to really see who Casey Mize is. I hope versus the Phillies, it's Casey Mize. And I like Scoop. I want to see Scoop in the prime time, but Casey Mize, letting that man out on.
Or Reese. I mean, I don't think the world knows. And I don't know if I want the world to know just how good Reese Olson is. So maybe we could just keep him in our back pocket and then we show him off in October.
Yeah,
he's been exceptional.
Actually.
He's been exceptional.
Yeah, he has.
I think, Boone, where are you at? Has the game started for you? I think I might be a little bit behind here on my.
No, I'm in a commercial right now.
Okay. Think I'm good then. Let's
where are you at?
I'm at I think it's a Google Cloud commercial. I think that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I just was too, and now I'm at a Liberty Mutual. By the way, Chandler in the chat said, "Should I enjoy a beverage or two, or continue my streak? I want Caleb to decide for me. What's the streak? Do you know Chandler?"
I do know Chandler. He's the man. He's the man. Look, Scooble is bumped today, Chan. Little. It's like a sober streak, something like that. Just something, everybody does it once in a while. But Chan, I don't know. Scooble's on the mound today. You might have to crack a few open for this one.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
man, the guy's trying to be sober here, and you're ruining it for him. All right.
Well, it's like a national holiday. Scooble on a Sunday. Boone, what'd you get up to this weekend? Anything good?
No, I mean, this was probably my chillest weekend in like probably a year. I decided just to relax. What did I do? I don't know. I just won a national championship in college football.
Nice.
With
the new one?
Georgia. No, last year's. I haven't played the new one yet, but I was playing. What did I do, man? I golfed yesterday. Shot a 97, which wasn't great, but it was at a tough course, so I was happy with it. I shot a 45 on the 9, Caleb.
On the back or the front?
On the back. So the front I had a 52, back I had a 45.
Yeah, I mean, not bad. Not bad. What course, if you don't mind?
What is this course called? Hold on.
Was it the one you put on your Instagram story? Because that one looked pretty nice.
Yeah. Some people might know what it is. It is called. Hold on. Solitude Links.
Sure.
Solitude Links. It's a nice course, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's so nice. They have like the screens in the golf carts. So like you have GPS in the golf cart, and it's like screens. It tells you if you're
music. I just played a course where it has a speaker on it.
Does not. That's elite though. That's actually that's something else. I've never seen that. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, little 4th of July golfing at some Toby Keith on the car. But
4th of July golfing yesterday?
Well, no, it was on the 4th of July. So when I said 4th of July golfing, that it was on the 4th of July.
Okay, fair enough. Makes sense.
Yeah,
easy mistake.
Chat, if you're just rolling in, 6-game skid. We got to end today with Scooble on the mound. Again, this lefty for the Rangers. I'm not too familiar with him. It was supposed to be Evaldi. Evaldi versus Scooble would have been a nice pitching matchup, but Evaldi got scratched for the Rangers. Now we got a lefty, and hopefully we can put a couple runs across early so Scooble can just let it rip.
I was gonna say, can we get like a home run or something? Who's a home run hitter that we can do here? I didn't even think about that.
I woke up this morning thinking about one, Boone.
I can do one real quick, right?
And it's pretty square. But I think Torque. I think Torque really gets one here.
Are you sure? What is your confidence level?
Give me like a 7.5.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll put a half a unit on it. I won't do a full.
Dayton BS, can a Rangers fan watch with you guys? Of course. But don't start whining when Scooble goes go 7 shutty against you guys.
Shout out fans coming into a different watch party. That's big time.
Yeah, love it.
50% boost here. I got Torque at plus 510. That feels good.
I don't hate it.
That feels good. I feel confident about that. I just
Now
got
here's
Torque
this
plus
chat.
510.
So obviously facing a lefty today. We get Jemiah Jones in the leadoff spot in the DH spot. Now here's the thing. And this is something that's been grinding my gears a bit. But you always got to trust an AJ Hinch lineup that he puts out for the most part. Some of them, some decisions and lineups he puts out are head scratching. But a guy in Colt Keith that you extended for a while, not an expensive extension, but you extended him to be your guy. I want to see this guy hit against lefties, man. I want to see him in the lineup against a left-handed pitcher. He's been one of your best hitters over the past 2 months. And I just think, look, Jemiah Jones is really good against left-handed pitching. He's kind of our lefty killer. He's our new Andy Ibanez. But if there's a way, I'm looking at this lineup right now. They have it on the screen. If you could find a way to fit Colt Keith into that lineup, you do it. But first pitch is coming up right here. Jemiah Jones leading off.
We might
Sunday
be
Night Baseball.
perfect timing, me and you.
I think we're good, and that could be the first time that has ever happened ever.
I could be wrong. I'll tell you when the first pitch on my end is going to throw out. If yours happens, let me know.
Those piston streams, they got a little tricky. Game moves fast.
They did. Oh, dude, Tigers will be a lot easier. All right, I'm about to get a first pitch right now.
Just got one.
Okay, me too. I just did 95 ball. All
right. Here we go, chat. Let's end this.
Go, baby. First pitch.
Let's end this losing streak here. Let's end this losing streak here.
Here we go.
Rangers coming in 50-49. And I'll say this too. Being on a 6-game losing streak and still being 11 games up in your division, it's pretty impressive. And still being tied or maybe second in the MLB for best record. It's impressive. But the winning has to start now. Third pitch of the game, Jemiah Jones sends 30 feet behind him.
Tough.
4 and out.
Tough. That is brutal.
Happens.
Who's the Rangers catcher?
I didn't see who's behind the dish for him today. I could check. I didn't check their lineup. Probably should.
I hate to give any positivity to the Rangers. The uniforms they're wearing tonight are unbelievable.
Oh, the baby blues. Yeah, Jonah Heim is behind the plate, but
these uniforms are ridiculous. These might
blues.
be one of the best uniforms in the game.
Their jerseys are sweet. They got white, blue, red, and the baby blues. There's nothing better than a baby blue jersey in baseball. The Royals have one. The Royals, the Phillies, and the Rangers. They're sweet. But yeah, Chad, we got guests coming in later in the show. We're going to talk some trade deadline too. The guy everybody's looking at is Eugenio Suarez. Hit 2 homers again yesterday, and there's Caleb Suarez with a single.
There we go. Good start. Who's up next?
I think it's our guy.
Is it Torque?
No, I think it's Riley Green.
Riley Green. Yes, it is. It's Riley Green. Glaber's so good, man.
I mean, Glaber's a guy we really need. I mean, he needs to go on like a month stretch where he's just scorching. Because the lineup just when he's scorching hot.
Can we just get a single here from Riley Green and then get a home run from Torque? That would be.
This is one thing they haven't been doing. Early in innings, they'll get runners on, and then nothing comes from it. So let's keep this inning going. Keep the ball off the ground.
Riley just.
Every time Riley Green swings, it's like 100% effort. There's a lot of whiff in the bat.
That man
when he gets a hold of it,
swings. Yeah, he lets it fly.
There we go. Good eye. All-star starter.
I think me and you are identical spots right now. By the way, The Detroit Tigers players in the All-Star game, that was
you could not have played worse than they did.
Oh my gosh. Just the especially with the hype being like the Tigers have 6 guys in it. You would think, hey, you have 6 players. I mean, this guy's Riley Green, man.
Well, what I thought was weird, and I like the format of the All-Star game where it goes to a swing off. But okay, so Aaron Boone comes out, he gives his 3 guys, I think, what was it? Aranda, I don't even remember who the 3 guys he picked was. But you're leaving guys like Judge out,
To be
Cal
fair,
Raleigh out. But here's what I heard, Boone, that those guys were packed up and about a league.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that.
But that's wild. But hold on, why are you?
Scooble was in.
Scooble doesn't hit, man.
So was Riley Green. Riley Green was in clothes. That's why I had a text in our group chat to you in our Crunch Time group chat. I never sent it, but I literally had a text. Why is Tarek Scooble and Riley Green in street clothes right now? Like, why? Like, in my opinion, this is just me. You're going to not only represent yourself, you're representing the city of Detroit, and you're representing the Detroit Tigers. You should be wearing that Detroit across your chest and the old English G until the game's over, until you go into the locker room and it's over. I didn't like the fact, and this is maybe just picky of me, I didn't like the fact that those guys went and changed into street clothes. And when it goes into the swing off, one of the most watched moments probably in baseball season outside of the playoffs, you're sitting there in street clothes and no average fans, or not average, like below average fans aren't going to know who you are. But if you have a Tigers uniform on there, like, oh, Tigers players. I had that text. I just deleted it because I was like, maybe this is like a
I
just never sent it.
I agree.
I'm with you. I do understand though. I'll say this real quick with that, and to Aaron Boone's, I'll defend him a little bit. If your player, especially Aaron Judge, or not even just Aaron Judge, some of the best players are only playing in the first and second inning, and they sit from the second all the way until extras. It's especially in an all-star game for your body and all of that. It would probably be very, 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 very dumb to have one of those guys who are now no longer warmed up, their body's cold, to just go in and be like, try and hit home runs and swing at that level. Because then what happens if you do that and your body's just sat there for about 2 hours? Because it's not like this game's an hour long. It's like a 3-hour game. Yeah. And imagine your star players or other team's star players are sitting there for 2 hours and they're just like, hey, go hit some dingers for us. That's irresponsible. And if a player, say they picked Riley Green to do it, Caleb, and he gets hurt because he wasn't warmed up, we would be throwing a fit.
I would be furious forever. Speaking of Riley Green, strikes out.
This guy, man. So that's where I think Aaron Boone made the right decision. I know a lot of people were mad tweeting about it. I was not mad. I understood it from the jump.
I just wanted a little bit more fun.
They just had a better bench, to be honest. The NL just had a better bench. They had Schwarber.
The NL's team was just
top to bottom,
much better.
Starters, bench, everything. By the way, this hat I wore golfing a couple weeks ago, it just turned yellow, like it's just green. Thank you, but this part right here, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's just not white anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's green. I don't know if it's dirt. I don't know. It just
we got one. I'm glad we have a Rangers fan in the chat. Dayton BS.
Yeah.
At least you had players in the All-Star game. Rangers didn't have anyone play in the game. Let me ask you this. Was it black magic you guys were using when you won the World Series? Because, I mean, by golly, since then it's been, you guys haven't been very good. That's a genuine question. It's a genuine question. I mean, you have guys like Young and Adolis and all these guys just kind of fall off the face of the earth. Guys that were important to your World Series run. And obviously you got great seasons out of Simeon and Seager and Adolis and all those guys, but what happened? Texas was a fun team to watch. Jason says Green needs to cut down on the strikeouts. It's a fair assessment. I know some people. I'm not one of those guys, and I love Riley Green. He's a great player. He's one of the best left-handed hitters this organization has had over the past 10-ish years. Obviously, an all-star starter. I think he's fourth in MVP voting, but this is something I don't like to kind of shrug off. I mean, Riley Green does strike out a lot, and he strikes out in big spots. So definitely need to cut those down. Torque lifts one.
Man,
left field.
He wanted that one.
All right.
He wanted that one.
All right. The show starts now, though. The show starts now.
Coach
Mr.
Walk
Scoops.
said put some shout on it, Boone. What does that mean?
Shout. Is that a product?
Oh,
that
for
like
the
a
hat.
product?
Okay.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out
yeah,
Coach
yeah.
White. Yeah, I'll look it up. I've never heard of that. I also too. I ran into an issue. So off topic. I have my dunks. I have a couple pair. Got a pair dirty. My favorite ones. Washed them. Got them wet. Just smell now because I got them wet.
Well, I think
I
there's
don't
like
know
a
how to
certain.
fix that.
I think there's like a certain way you're supposed to do it. Did you do it a correct way, or did you kind of
Just went on a limb, did it on my own. Now they
Sure.
just smell. Like when I wear them, they're just like these smell. I wore them to work. I was like, what is that? Someone's got bad feet. I'm looking around. So I looked down and said, I just washed my shoes. They were wet yesterday.
So are they cooked?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'll figure it out. If anyone has any advice, man.
How to get rid of stinky shoes? Boone wants to know. So if anybody in the chat,
And how
let
to
us
clean
know.
shoes the correct way, I guess.
So
All right.
Tigers go.
Scoobs is
Glaber hit.
up.
Glaber hit. Strikeout. Pop out. Get some run support for your ace, man. Get some run support for your ace and just show the world that this offense isn't at a total standstill. Because as of late, it has been. So let's get something going here. Now, I'm not able to hear it because obviously I'm with you guys. Curious to see who they mic up today and what scenarios. Let me ask you this, Boone.
Yeah.
Tarek Skubal mic'd up for the All-Star game. Kind of weird, a little bit.
Did not listen. We were on the
He
show
was
when
mic'd
it
up
was
while
happening.
he was pitching. You know Skubal, ultra competitor. What kind of good sound bites do you think you're going to get from him?
Yeah, I don't know. I did hear someone say, well, Scooball likes that type of stuff. No, he doesn't. Like, Scooball just wants to lock in and play
I
and then
can
leave.
guarantee you those guys don't like being mic'd up out there.
No, not at all.
They do not. Do you think they do in the NFL? Not the MLB?
The NFL, I don't think
some players
I think
do.
with the NFL, yes, but I don't think that they're always like when you watch those videos, they don't ever. I don't know. It felt like in the All-Star game, like with Clayton Kershaw. I thought that was the coolest video ever. Did you see that video? All right, out there.
Yeah.
The Clayton Kershaw, like that was cool. They were like talking to him. I don't in the NFL, they don't talk to him, so I don't think they ever care. Like sometimes they don't even remember. Do you think about how many like sound bites that are out there in the NFL of players that forget they're mic'd up or players around them that don't know they're mic'd up of some like the bad things.
The amount of
said.
cuts that the editor
oh my gosh
has to do for that.
Whoever gets all of those probably have like the atomic bomb to end the NFL of some things that are probably said out on the field.
And dog piles and stuff. I mean,
oh dude, I would love to hear some of that stuff.
Here's what I like to see here. First pitch swinging out of the Rangers, keeping Skubal's pitch count down. Now, here's what's so exceptional about what he does. And yes, chat, it is going to be a 2-hour Tarek Skubal glaze session. You can call it that. He's a master of his craft, and I love it. Skubal pounds the strike zone, and the only way to beat him is to get ahead early and count so you don't see that changeup. But his stuff is so good, there's not much you can do with it. That's what makes him so good. Now we see here he has an 0-2 count, just pulls a changeup.
Jeez.
2-2. I wouldn't hate to go right back to it. Maybe you go fastball here. Fastball up and in right on Seager. Go sinker away. Seager hits it down the line for a double.
That's
man, everything I just said just turns out to be wrong. Everything that I just said.
Hey, what's good? What's the deal with Suarez?
Here's the thing with Suarez. I'm curious to see if he got a little too expensive for the Tigers now. I mean, this guy's pushing 40 homers. He just had his 5th multi-homer game of the season.
He had 2 yesterday, he had 1 today.
He had 2. Yeah, he is absolutely on fire. And me and Mike have said this a few times. And I hate to say it. That guy, he just screams New York Yankee. I mean, he just screams New York Yankee. Eugenio Suarez. He does, unfortunately. But maybe the Tigers can make a move for him. That'd be huge. That'd be huge. Because I think for a lot of people, and it's me as well, our biggest priority changes a lot. At least the order it goes in when it comes to the trade deadline, because they play baseball every day, and every day they struggle at one certain thing. And a right-handed bat is really climbing up my order. Obviously, number one, it's bullpen. And I think I made
bullpen needs to be number one.
For starting pitching was 2. But it's right-handed. I mean, you just need a right-handed power bat, man. And you have one right there. Eugenio Suarez on the market. Used to play in Detroit. He plays of a position of need, I guess you could say, in third base. It would be. And I don't think honestly, I'm seeing a lot on Twitter that he's going to be really expensive. But
what do you think?
You throw him Lorenzo and Young, something like that. Maybe another piece.
Can I ask? When Chris and different guys hop on, my big question with everything with the Tigers right now is a guy like Parker Meadows. He's got to be available, right?
There we go, Scoob. Nice pitch. I mean, the way Parker's been playing, yeah. I mean,
you got to be able to just be like, hey, we can move on. We have enough pieces.
Exactly. That's kind of exactly what I think it would be, because there was a time, especially last year. So do I. There was a time last year where it was like, especially when we sent him down, like, okay, this guy's like a future piece for us. We need him to really whatever. But now it's like you're looking, okay, Max Clark's in Erie. Not too long until he's in Detroit. Juancel Perez is playing good baseball for this team. Could he maybe play a little bit of center field? Right? I guess the question is, Parker Meadows the center fielder of a winning baseball team? They have to make that decision. How much do you like Javi Baez in center field for the next 2 years? Or at least the rest of this year? If Javi Baez moves to center field, who plays shortstop? Is it McKinstry? So a lot of questions are good. This is it can't be understated, or I guess it can't be overstated, how fucking huge this trade deadline is for the Tigers. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be the most fun one, I think, these past couple of years, because we're going in as buyers, and hopefully we treat it as such instead of being, not aggressive whatsoever. We just saw Scooble just saw Adolis Garcia's bat in half. 0-2 count here. Like a changeup, blowing away. See if we get one. This is the bread and butter right here. Running arm side. This is Scoop's bread and butter. Let that changeup just run our arm side and let Garcia just swing right through it. Or a heater. 98. You take that. You take a 98 mile per hour heater. Barely touches it.
Bang. I might be a second behind. I think I'm losing my voice right now.
I think you're a second ahead.
Am I? When I went bang, he's pitching right.
Oh.
Now.
Yeah, you're just a second behind. All right. 97 up and away. I think you got it. I mean, they're not being fancy right now. They're going right at him with these heaters. But I'd like to see a changeup here. Maybe a slide piece at his back foot.
Do you think 100 at-bats?
Oh, what a pitch. That's a great pitch. Arm side heater, 97.
Beautiful.
You ain't touching that.
2 strikeouts. We should have taken 10 strikeouts for the man. That should have been the bet.
Right now. He's got 2 right now. Both
that
off
should
of
have been the bet, Caleb. That should have been the bet. That was the one.
Well, you're looking at a Poirier better, so there's not much in the chamber right now.
I haven't bet in a while, so I'm over here. Can you live bet pitching?
Probably. What was going to be your question before that, Boone? I cut you off rudely, but I got excited over the Scooble strikeout.
I don't remember. I can't remember. Now I'm just looking to see if I can get strikeouts for Scooble right now.
Coach Walk, it's not you guys. It's not you guys. It's Boone. It's Boone, and he always drags me back in. I'm always out, and he drags me back in.
I'm not trying to bet, man. I'm not in a betting spot right now. I'm sitting here, and my mind, dude, I'm one of the greatest in the world at it, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like,
why are you wasting your talents away?
What do you mean?
If you're one of the best in the world, why aren't you doing it? Don't waste your talents away. Let it fly.
That's
Let
what
it
I'm
fly,
doing right
Boone.
now. That's what I'm trying to see live pitcher props.
AG's Burner, gamble on the stock market. Look, I've talked to some people that know some things about the stock market recently that's selling. I have a little bit here and there, but I need to start getting more into that.
I mean, I could get 11 strikeouts at plus 342.
11. What's his pitch count right now? You would have to check that.
I don't know, but he's at 2 right now. He's going to go 6.
Let's see.
I feel like it's like I did it.
You know what, chat? I'm going to say this.
I did it. Will you do it with me?
I'll root for it, obviously.
Will you do it with me?
Boone. I can't. But shout out to my Uncle Chris, former pitcher, played in the MLB, knows his ball, and I trust him every time he's talking about a ball. I had a phone conversation with him the other day. And this is what he said to me, chat, and I really want to hear your thoughts on it. And Boone as well. And he doubled down on it today. He texted me, he said, Caleb, now is the time to get ahead of the opportunity to trade Javi Baez, that narrative. What do we think of that, chat? A trading Javi Baez narrative. And this is, again, shout out Uncle Chris. He's the man. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
I don't know.
Sell him while he's high, I guess.
Shout out Uncle Chris.
Shout out Uncle Chris.
Ask age level of Uncle Chris. Old school baseball guy?
55.
I think old school baseball guys have the mindset of sell when high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but like,
I
realistically, you have a chance to win a World Series. Why would you ever?
Yeah, you can't
ever give up a player that's actually helping. Like, you're a World Series contender.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were a bad team and Javi Baez is doing this, or you were just in the middle of the pack team, okay, let's have that conversation. But it was like the people last year. I bet Uncle Chris was one. Shout out Uncle Chris if he's watching. He was probably one of the guys last year that said sell Scooble, like move on from Scoops.
I didn't get his thoughts on that, but that was pretty ridiculous. And I was right in the
same people
with that one. I tried telling everybody, Boone, if you fucking go out and trade Terry Scooble, it's going to be one of the biggest mistakes this team makes. But we did just get a base hit from Wencel Perez. Now we got Matt Vierling up. And I'll just say it like this. Matt Vierling has been nothing short of a black hole in this lineup. That's a guy you'd really like to see heat up. But, I mean, since he's came back up, he's been a nothing burger for this team. But he's a clubhouse guy. Any interview you see, they ask, who's the funniest in the clubhouse? It's always Vierling. So, clubhouse guy.
Who did they interview?
Just like when they make their TikToks and stuff, like who's the funniest in the clubhouse? Who's this? It's always Vierling. So, good clubhouse guy was good for us last year, but we really need him to heat up. Big time. Now, here's Dingler, a guy that I predicted 2 Saturday shows ago when I did my first half awards, and we looked forward to the second half, and this is the guy I said he's going to heat up. He's going to go crazy in the second half. He's going to have a month where he's going to go crazy. Let's start it right now. You want that right-handed power bat? He's behind the plate for you, and his name's Dingler. Dylan
Dingler. Do you think you could be a PA announcer for the Tigers?
No. Too scary. God, I forgot his name, man.
Yeah, I followed the one guy on Instagram.
Can that not be the most nerve-wracking job ever? Like, we come on here and we talk live, whatever. These guys, if they fuck up one time, like, it's like the whole stadium is like, what? Like, that was weird. Like, you can't stutter. You have to pronounce everything correctly. Dude, that has to be terrifying.
He probably has a lot of practice.
There we go.
Right out in the middle. There we go.
But is that job not like the scariest thing ever?
It would be big. I mean, I'd be interested in trying it one time. I don't know if I have the voice for it. I had a conversation about a year or two ago with Johnny Kane a little bit, and we were talking, and then just out of nowhere, halfway through the conversation, he goes, "Booner, you have a great voice." And I go, Thanks.
Thanks,
I was
Johnny
like, yeah, I was like, I appreciate it. I guess that's good for what I do. And I was like, all right, appreciate it, man. Shout out Johnny Kane. Great dude, man.
Yeah, great
Unbelievable
dude.
guy.
All these guys in the Tiger, all these guys and girls, Daniela Bruce as well. All these, they're all fantastic. I mean, you got Benetti Dirks, Dan Petrie, Dan Dickerson, obviously. They're all great.
Come on, Zach. What was the Zach McKinstry's nickname?
Z-Mac?
No, but was he the one that had like the wolf? And
there we go, Zach. There we go, baby. There we go. There we go. The offense is back. The offense is back. 1-0 Tigers. 1-0 Tigers. Now you get some run support for your ace.
Yeah.
Now you go. Let's
get back around and get a torque bomb, huh?
Second inning torque bomb. Sunday torque bomb. Have we got a torque bomb on every day of the week so far?
This year? That's a good question. You should do that research at some point.
I feel like every day game he's hit one. That's my observation. All right, let's update the scoreboard real quick. 1-0 Tigers.
All right, here we go. Come on, Javi.
That's all-star Zach McKinstry right there.
Yep. Dun, dun, dun. I got this song stuck in my head. Dun,
Now we got Javi here, second and third. He's been great with runners in scoring position this year. Let's get one going, Javi. There's a little swing and miss in that bat. Never hurt nobody, though. A Javi Baez bomb on Sunday Night Baseball will go crazy.
I didn't know, too, by the way. Fun fact. I just found out, if any people in the chat that are watching didn't know, I found out I was at work the other day, and we were going through former, like, Major League drafts, just looking at who the Tigers missed out on. And I come across Pete Crow Armstrong that got drafted by the New York Mets. Had no clue, and then realized my cousin yesterday had told me, because they took him and PCA and Javi Baez took a picture together, and the Cubs tweeted it out, and they like tagged the Mets. And I didn't know that Javi Baez and Pete Crow Armstrong got traded for each other. The Cubs traded Javi to the New York Mets for Pete Crow Armstrong. Yeah. I had no clue.
You look back at a lot of those trades, and you'll see a lot of those. Like, a lot of those crazy, like, oh, this guy was there, and he got traded for this guy. Like, that's why it's crazy, because you don't know, the farm systems and everything. Like, James Wood, it was just in the All-Star game. This is a pretty popular one, though. I think everybody, knows this one to an extent. But, James Wood, he was in that package for Juan Soto. Gets crazy. Pico Armstrong is
dude, it's just so interesting. Like, even drafts Javi.
Hey, that's not a good pitch to swing at, Javi. Nah,
that was old
not
Javi.
A great pitch. That's not a great pitch to swing at.
Old Javi coming out. You see it every once in a while. You got to kind of respect it.
Tough. All right, let's push one more across here. Who's up? I think we're back to the top of the order, maybe. So Jahmai Jones. Yep, get a hold of one here.
Jeez. Did you see that swing?
Swinging out of your shoes.
This guy was trying to kill the ball. That was unbelievable.
All-time mustache, though.
Yeah, all time. I want to grow my mustache out. I've never tried the mustache. How do you think it would look?
Boone mustache?
It
would add some aura. It would add aura. Not saying you don't have aura now,
with
but
the mullet. I've ran into an issue to where I don't have time to get a haircut. My only chance was yesterday or Saturday. I went golfing instead. I might not be able to get a haircut for weeks. and it's starting to come over my ears.
Yeah, that's the worst. I'm due for one as well pretty soon here. Oh, breaking news in the chat. Juan Soto wants to be a Tiger. I want to be a Tiger trade.
Why is that the Juan Soto?
It's Juan Soto.
Oh my gosh.
Can't believe Juan Soto's in the chat right now. Yeah, man, you're more than welcome to come here. You can come crash at my place for a little bit if you don't have a house yet.
Caleb, I just want to throw this out there. This morning, I woke up at 7:30 to do socials for the Lions training camp, and I put a tweet out there today. It was an Alex Anzalone, Dan Campbell announcing Anzo was in the building. I had so many spelling errors in the tweet, and it was the one tweet that just went viral. It had 2,000 likes, and I had multiple spelling mistakes, and it was just because I'm up drinking coffee, just trying to get everything out, trying to listen to it was what did I say? I said Dan Campbell just confirmed the Lions linebacker Alex Anzalone reported for training camp and passed his condition test instead of conditioning. And that's an Anzo. I meant to put Anzo is back in the building. I put Anzo is back in the build. It went viral.
When I read it, I didn't even notice it. So maybe everybody else didn't notice it either. But
I hope not.
I mean,
first glance, I had zero. It's so embarrassing.
Jahmai Jones though pops out to second base. You push one across there. That's nice. Get an early lead. And you let the ace go to work. Gotta love it.
Yep.
I'm gonna check what I don't know if it'll let me see it now, but I'd like to see how this Rangers lineup fares against Scooble. Like if let's see.
What do you mean here?
Just if they see him well, like how this lineup hits against him. But
all right, so we get to this.
There's not many lineups in baseball that. Did you take Scooble 11 plus?
Yeah, I did.
And Torque?
I did.
Are they
separate? Plus 510 and like plus 350.
Are they? Oh, they're separate.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I could definitely see a Torque Bomb Sunday today.
Torque Bomb Sunday. Come on. Can we get Scoop 13 today too?
Oh, it's 13?
11. But 13 is just for insurance.
Yeah. 2 more than you need.
Yeah. Just to have a good day. You know what I mean?
Scoop Tube. I like it. That's a good one, AG's burner.
Scoop Tube. I haven't heard that before. We added a new name for Crunch Time fans too. I came up with something.
Let's hear it, man.
Half the people liked it, half for Boone. The Crunchies.
I'm just gonna keep my opinions to myself there. Chat, I'm gonna let you.
So what happened actually, and I'll say, by the way, Riley Green's mic'd up right now talking. What happened was I actually said we need a name. We need a name for people who watch Crunch Time. Almost everyone in the chat started putting the Crunchies, and that was the name that I already had in my head. And I was like, Juan Soto, not approved by Juan Soto. And he said it's a horrible. He's been living in New York too long.
Yeah,
instead of
nickname as in like Jalen Brunson Knicks. Yeah. But if you still want to be a Tiger, Juan Soto, that's cool, and we'll definitely let you come on.
This can't be the real Juan Soto, is it?
He's being pretty mean to you in the chat. So if it is, I mean, we might have to contact Rob Manfred.
Well, I mean, if it is the real Juan Soto, they won't win anything anyways. They're cursed in New York.
They are. Let's see. Crunchies is. Oh, I didn't know that. So that's on you, Boone. Zachary King's comment. That's on you.
Come on, Zachary King. Don't appreciate it, but I mean, I'm sure every nickname in the world has some sort of derogatory sense to it. Do you want to? We got our guest here. Do you want to bring the guest in, Caleb?
Want to bring him in? I'm down.
And give the man a nice little introduction here.
All right.
Here
well, here's our guy. Detroit sports content creator, one of the best in the game, host of I'll Say This and Chris and Company, Mr. Chris Castellani. Chris,
what's going on, boys? How we doing?
what's going on? How we doing today? Scuba Day, Sunday Night Baseball.
Well, it's nice to have a lead. Yeah, we'll start with that. I mean, look, you feel good pretty much anytime Tarek's on the bump, but it's only 1-0 right now. But so far, so good. Nice to see him locking in a little bit. Definitely caught a break with Eovaldi being scratched last night. That would have been a heck of a pitching matchup. But yeah, seems like they're looking a little bit tighter tonight.
Yeah,
Chris,
well,
hey, good to see you, brother. You look good today. You look good today.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Gotcha,
Booner's
brother.
full of compliments today. I don't know what's gotten in.
Having a good Sunday.
He's just a little chipper, having a good Sunday. He's full of compliments. Now, Chris, we were just talking nicknames here, and I've been trying to think of one for Scooble, just a Scooble to start. What do you think about this one, Scoob Tube? Is that a good one, or you don't approve?
I don't mind Scoob Tube. I've heard it's weird because he's one of those guys that like his name is often used as a nickname. Like Scoob is just a really good, solid nickname for him. One that, and I think it was the guys who do the Turning the Corner podcast is, I think Scary Terry was one that they had used in the past, which I thought was kind of unique. Yeah, no, it's because I just refer to him as Tarek. He's like Pele or one of those one word great Brazilian soccer players. But no, that one's not bad.
Scott, he's got another one. AJ, it was a heat check, didn't end up working. Scooble die. That's not a great one, AG. That's just a heat check right there. But Chris, pretty close to the trade deadline here. Obviously, we got the Tigers game on right now, but I'm curious to kind of hear your thoughts. You came on, you went on the weekly show, I believe it was last week or the week before, and talked your thoughts about the trade deadline. Has anything changed for you? Is the bullpen kind of still number one priority, and then a right-handed bat? How you feeling about this Tigers trade deadline?
Yeah, it's very little's changed, honestly, in terms of my perspective on this. I guess that there's been a little bit more urgency. I mean, this is without a doubt, and it's not being hyperbolic. It's not really even being unfair. It's just the truth. This has been their worst stretch of the season. This is their longest losing streak of the year. And I think that, it's just a prime example of something that we're not used to, which is we haven't had a team be this competitive in a long time. And what happens with every good team is that they're going to have a stretch like this, usually pre-deadline. Sometimes it's in April, sometimes it's in May. And what happens during those stretches is that the weaknesses of your team become more and more exposed. And really, this was a bullpen that we came into the year with some concerns about where's the swing and miss going to come from. And as the season's gone on, and they've played really well, but as the season has gone on, that has been an issue that we've seen rear its ugly head consistently, I guess. And maybe this is too small of a sample size, given the fact that we're 2+ games out of the All-Star break. But I really do think that the offense has been such a bright spot for this team and so significantly better than we've seen them be in probably a decade. But they still do go through these stretches where you kind of wonder what they're doing, especially against left-handed pitching. So I don't really think that anything in particular has changed. I don't feel like they're going down some disastrous path. But given the way that some of these problems have continually arisen, you kind of get the belief that there's just a little bit more urgency at this point to go out and make some moves.
Are we, hey, Chris, I actually brought this up to Caleb, and I don't think we talked to you about this on the show last week, but Parker Meadows kind of being in that just odd man spot to where actually you did bring it up about, especially in the outfield, there's just so many bodies. And over the last couple of days, Parker Meadows' names just keep popping up. Do you think he's going to be a Tiger? It feels like he's going to be the kind of odd man out.
He's the most likely right now to be playing his way out of the future. Yeah. And I don't think, because of how long he was out, I mean, he missed a good chunk of the season, didn't have a spring training. I don't see them doing it, making a drastic move like releasing him or trading him even. But I do think as we get deeper into other players' development, and as Max Clark starts to work his way through the system, and we've seen Wenzel develop, and obviously, we're guys like Riley and Carey when he comes back, those guys aren't going anywhere. The fact is, what's frustrating about Parker is that we see in glimpses the player that he could be, but I would say a good 70% of his career has been more just the player that he is, which is a guy who has the skill set and will show you flashes of brilliance. But I mean, the guy's batting like 140 right now.
Yeah.
And he's been back for, a good chunk of the season. At this point, we talk about the defense, and yes, it's excellent and the tools are there, but he just hasn't been consistent enough with the bat. And so I don't, like I said, there's a lot of depth here, and there is a lot of, interchanging parts with the way that AJ kind of mixes and matches. But right now, I mean, offensively, he's struggled to a point of almost being unplayable. And that doesn't mean that he can't find his way back like he did in the second half of last season. But right now, you can't consider him trustworthy.
Yeah. When we're talking about, obviously, the number one name, I think for a lot of Tigers fans recently has been Suarez.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been on an absolute tear. Do you think it's getting close to the point where he might be playing himself to be a little bit too expensive for us? Or do you think he's a real possibility for, like, we're going to really see some Suarez to Detroit rumors closer to the deadline? Here's
my thought process on it, and I think it's something that has this element of it hasn't been talked about enough. Look, Suarez is having an awesome year. The one major advantage for the Tigers, and really any team that's looking to acquire him, is the fact that he's in a contract season. If you trade for him, you are getting him, unless you re-sign him, for 60-something games. And there has been a history at the deadline of these kind of big, these one-tool, like really good hitters, these sluggers. You go back to the, JD Martinez deal back in, 8 years ago. Those guys don't often get a huge return back, because you just don't have much time of team control, even if those guys hit. What has me a little bit more concerned is that I don't think it's 100% certain that we see the Diamondbacks sell. And you look at where they're at right now, they're fourth in their own division. They're 8 games back. Obviously, they're not going to catch the Dodgers, but they just started the second half by sweeping the Cardinals. And the fact is, this was a team that 2 years ago, they won 84 games, made it all the way to the World Series. And so I could see them looking at the team they have being like, let's not sell, but like, let's stand pat and see if we can make a move, because, and let me check right the app right here. They're only they're 4.5 back of that last wild card spot, which isn't, it's a lead, but it's not an insurmountable lead. So I think that's a possibility, but I think, I don't think he's gotten to a point of playing his way out of being too expensive. Now, there's a chance that Mike Hazen and the people in charge just ask for too much. And if so, I think that will be a problem for them across, with all teams they potentially trade with. But I think the Tigers are in a position right now with the depth they have in their farm system where they could definitely be willing to play ball and acquire a guy like Suarez, who would be a wonderful short-term option for them.
We just see Gleyber Torres take a walk there. Gleyber Torres, a guy, 1-year deal, Chris.
Yeah. One of the
extension coming?
I don't think so. And I think that in many ways, I did an interview on Chris Comedy with Scott Bentley from Locked On Tigers before the season. He made a really good point about the future of first, second, and third base for this organization was almost entirely dependent on what version of Spencer Torkelson we got this year. And this year, thankfully, we've gotten the good version of Torque. And the reason I bring that up is because I think that if Torque was returned to the version that we saw a season ago, who was not an everyday player, not an everyday starter, I think the possibility of a Gleyber extension receives a little bit more hype. I think it's something that they might have a little bit more urgency behind. The way it stands right now is, Torkelson lost his job to start the year. They start him off on the bench. Colt Keefe goes to first base. Now, Torque's had a good year. You look at what things can look like next year. I think they'll just slide Colt back into second base, and you can go out and get another right-handed bat in free agency. You also have Hao-Yu Lee in the minors, who's a bat that they like as well, who can play a little bit of middle infield. So I don't think it's coming. I think this is a prime example of something that has worked out beautifully for both parties. I think that Gleyber went and bet on himself going out and getting a 1-year prove-it deal. He's been fantastic. I think he's going to get a multi-year deal from somebody, but I think the Tigers, given the depth that they have in their organization right now, I don't think that they view this as a necessity at this point, but weird things can change. I mean, because the guy has been an on-base machine. He's been everything they've wanted them to be. So I wouldn't rule it out, but I don't think it's at the top of their priority list right now.
Yeah, it's been, big hats off to Gleyber, obviously, making the All-Star team All-Star starter. He's totally transformed himself as a hitter, because in New York, I think kind of the thing around him was he's a swing and miss and he's going to hit homers type of guy.
Yeah.
Now he's turned into he's walking more than he's striking out. He's putting bat to ball. He's putting the ball in play, finding gaps with 2 outs with runners in scoring position. He's been unbelievable. And, one of the biggest gripes when he came in was, is this guy going to be a big liability as Riley Green just
unbelievable
into a double play? But is this guy going to be a liability at second base? And so far, obviously outside of a couple, he's been very good.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, just with Skubal playing tonight on the mound, what are your kind of thoughts right now with the contract extension? Where are you at with when that thing gets done? Do you think that it gets done this season or off season?
No, I don't think so. I think that the way, kind of reading the tea leaves with this stuff, and it's if Scott Boras wasn't his agent, I would feel a little bit different about this. But Boras is he's quite the entity, and he's been very consistent with the players that he has, which is the guys he represents. His whole thing is, I want you hitting free agency. I want you getting to free agency, and I want to have 5, 6, however many teams fawning over you, fighting over you, and you'll end up going to the highest bidder. And sometimes there's instances where he has messed that up, but there's also instances like what Juan Soto just got this offseason where, you end up getting a record contract. The fact is, Tarek is right now, and I don't really see this changing in the next calendar year, he's the best in the world at what he does. And while ideally, you would like to believe that Tarek's going to say, yeah, of course I want to stay in Detroit for X amount of money. I just don't see a move getting made until he hits free agency. Now, that's not to say, because I don't want to worry people too much. It's not to say that it's out of the realm of possibility that he's gone after 26. It's just that I think that with every one of these guys who are Boras clients, who are at the top of their game, they are going to test the free agent markets. Your goal as an agent, and this is just kind of the business of things, is to make sure that your client is making the most money possible. And the best way to ensure that is to have several different it's basically you're like in an auction at that point, several different teams saying, I'll give you this, I'll give you this, I'll give you this. Last year you had the Yankees and Mets both offered Soto record contracts for their organizations, and you still got, you still had him going to Queens to play for the Mets. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, but I don't think we're going to see extension talk at this juncture. I'd love it. But I just don't know how committed the Tigers are to it. And honestly, at this point, I don't know how committed Scott Boras and Tarek Skubal are to it.
Yeah, I have to say, Chris, I'm getting a little nervous about it. Obviously, we still got, a year and a half of control of Skubal. So we got to cherish the moments we have with them. But
can I ask you guys a question though? Because I've been thinking about this.
Yeah.
Let's say next year, because the other thing too, and I you guys weren't going to ask this, but we're not going to trade him either. People have been asking, no, that's not happening. We're in a win now championship window. Let's say that in the next 2 years, whether it's 25, but let's say it's 26. Let's say he ends in his final season in Detroit. He wins a championship, and he's like he would obviously be like one of the heroes of the city, heroes of the team. Would it hurt less at that point if he decided to go to another team?
I think it would be. I would not be mad. It would just be.
It would feel different, wouldn't it?
Yeah. If you won a championship in the city, go do. Hey, you did it.
It's weird how that works. It's weird how that works because, when Scherzer left or when we traded Verlander, there was this as much as we love those guys, there was kind of this emptiness to it. With that, it's as much as we miss them, it'd be like the arc is complete, so to speak. You're good. Yeah. You're Michael Scott going off to live with Holly now at the end of season 7. We don't need you back for the next dude. You're good, buddy. Yeah. So that's just something I've been thinking about is, as much as we want him back now and as much as we want him to be a Tiger for life, perspectives change with this stuff all the time, depending on player performance, team performance. A lot can change in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's let's say he wins another Cy Young here, probably going to win one this series, minus 230 favorite right now. He's the heavy favorite, wins another Cy Young. He's going to be in the running probably next year, but he doesn't win a championship here. This might be a little hyperbole, but, is there a chance that he gets this weird treatment that Matthew Stafford's kind of getting where half of the fan base, or I would say 40% of the fan base really loves him. And the other 60%, when he's going to trot on the mound, he's going to get booed in Comerica Park. It could be something like that. Again, that might be a little hyperbole, but I'm curious to see. And again, this is all if Tarek Skubal leaves, which would hurt no matter what happens. But it's definitely an interesting situation.
So just want it on record real quick. Tarek Skubal 4 strikeouts, only needs 6 more. Got 10. Chris, I have 10 plus 350, I believe. Or 11. I'm sorry. I need 7 more.
He had the last time he pitched against these guys, I think he had 12. I think that was.
That's great to hear. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Plus 342 is the exact odds here that I have.
Yeah, so far only really one mistake pitch out of him, which you can not even really a mistake pitch. It's a good swing by Seager. I mean, he's been dude. He goes on these stretches every year, like these 2-3 month stretches where he's just you can't get him out.
He's somehow, despite all the success he had, still weirdly underrated, and he's now 7 for 10 as a lefty against Skubal in his career. I mean, just like probably the most successful lefty against that Tarek Skubal goes up against when they face off. So that's a legit matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously he was a big part of that championship team. But we actually have a Rangers fan in the chat, Dayton BS, I believe that's how you pronounce the name. And I asked him the question, kind of what, because the joke is on Twitter, like, oh, you have to look into this Rangers team after that World Series, because they have been brutal since then. I mean, you look at that roster, and they keep bringing young guys in that could play.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Langford, all these guys, Adolis just fell off the earth.
Yeah.
I believe they just sent Jung down.
Yeah.
What happened to this team, man? This is a talented roster. Evan Carter, who is I don't know if he's hurt right now or that was going to be another guy, but I don't know.
It's one of those weird things because I remember when they went out and they got Seager and Semien. I think that was following it was after like a 100 and something loss season. It was like a 100 loss season for them. And I remember saying at the time, like, this feels like a massive overreaction. And it worked. They ended up winning the World Series in 23, and then they had like the classic championship hangover a year ago. I honestly wish I could explain it because there's no way this lineup should be this inconsistent. These are good players. Like Adolis in the postseason 2 years ago was unstoppable. Seager's potentially a Hall of Famer. Semien's had a wonderful career. I think what it comes down to is that in that World Series run, and you mentioned it, like the young guys that they had really came into their own in Carter and Young. And obviously this was before Langford, but they had some young pitchers as well coming out of the bullpen, Josh Spores. And you kind of expected these guys are here to stay and these guys are going to get better. And they haven't really, say guys like Seager have kind of stayed the same, but it's about, we talk about it all the time with the Tigers and we talk about it with all these teams, which is the best teams in baseball are the ones that, they go out and they'll sign free agents and they'll spend some money. But what they need also is a good nucleus, a good core of young players. And I feel like the Rangers just haven't quite been able to develop that over the last several years, but they're still a formidable opponent. They're still 500. And they have, one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. That's what's crazy. You'd think with DeGrom and Eovaldi that there'd be a place for these guys somewhere in the postseason, but it just hasn't quite been the case.
Yeah, I think speaking of that pitching staff and the young players on the Rangers.
That's 5 right there, by the way.
That's 6. That's 6.
Is that 6?
He's had 2 this inning. Yeah.
6 per scoop. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that's what I love too. I mean, one of my favorite pitch in baseball is an 0-2 heater, either arm side or and up. That's why Skubal's my favorite pitcher to watch maybe ever. When he could go that, because when you get 0-2, you're drowning when you're a hitter. That's why you see all these hitters attack early in the count.
That's the only way people try to get him is by ambushing him, like trying to get him like first, second pitch. And it's one of those things where I remember in the early part of his career, his stuff was really good, but you would see these instances where you could tell he just wasn't totally confident in his stuff. And it's just like, and I remember the first time I interviewed him, he said like, when I was in the minors, I was getting guys out with 70% fastball. And then I get to the majors and everyone's hitting a heater. And it was just like by probably really throughout 22, but especially by the end of 23, when that changeup came along and he's just like, I can throw any pitch whenever I want for a strike at this point. And I think that's what makes him fun is that it never feels like anything's wasted. It feels like every single pitch has a purpose. He's not bouncing anything to the plate. He's consistently attacking and he looks good tonight.
Yeah. And I think Dan Dickerson said it on when he was doing the radio. I think he said one thing that's really impressed about Skubal as well is he'll make adjustments during the at-bat. Yep. Like it's not going to take him, in between innings to kind of fix things. He'll do it in the at-bat. That's what makes him so amazing. That is K number 7.
Oh my God.
For Tarek Skubal. Get this guy on. Boom, we said it earlier in the show. Every time Skubal is slotted for a Sunday start, he's going to be on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yes. He's must-see TV. This guy's unbelievable. 7 strikeouts, I believe. That's what, 4 in a row?
I could be
5 in a row,
wrong.
maybe?
I think he struck 7 of his last 8 batters out.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's got so his
Which
last
is
start,
ridiculous.
his last Sunday start through 3 innings, which is 9 outs. He had 8 strikeouts. Tonight he's got 7. So first time
That's
through the
insane.
order. Good luck, man.
All right,
Yeah,
so we're
how much-
four away. I'm 4 away from. And what inning is it? It's the
It's the
4th.
3rd inning. I mean,
Yeah.
Going into the top of the 4th now. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, because again, if these hitters are gonna attack early in the at bat, there's not much you could do because it's 98 coming right at you. He pounds the strike zone. They're all competitive pitches. He gets a lot of swing and miss. So if they're gonna swing and miss early in the account, and then early in the count he gets ahead of the count, you're drowning as a hitter.
Yeah.
That's why he's the best in the game. There's no one better. Now, hopefully he keeps that pitch count down. And I want to ask you about this, Chris, the bullpen. Hopefully he keeps the pitch count down so we don't have to see much of this bullpen right now. What's the deal with Canley? What are we doing here?
It really is kind of a player by player basis because I think it's one of those just instances that happens in a baseball season where you have an entire unit that's just struggling at the same time. But I think in terms of, how they navigate around this, there's some guys that I feel like have just fallen off because maybe they've had bad luck or maybe their numbers in the early part of the season were a little bit lucky. With Canley, that really is one that worries me. And I try to have a long leash with these guys because weird things happen, especially bullpens, and bullpens are fragile. But I think with him, it's people point to the fact that like he basically throws just one pitch. And like, okay, yes, he does. But I would also argue he's spent a majority of his career doing that and he's been successful. I think more so it's the usage. Last year he basically only had 30-something appearances, and if you give me a second, I'll look it up. But he's been used more than he has in several years. This is a guy that's had a lot of arm issues and injury issues in the past. Yeah, I mean, last year he pitched 42 2/3 innings. The year before, 40 2/3. The year before that, 12. I mean, the most he's pitched in a season in recent history was 2019, where he pitched 61. So that was 6 years ago. Right now, he's at 39. So he's going to shatter that threshold this year. So I do think to a certain extent it's a matter of overusage. But I also think, we point to it all the time, but there's just truth to it. You got to miss bats in this league, and you got to miss bats as a reliever. And the fact is, the more that teams see you, if you are a reliever, the more the book's out on you. More guys are going to be able to put the ball in play. I do think there's been a few positive signs. Like Vest, I think is in a good place. I do think Holton's starting to turn around. I think we've seen a better version of Tyler Holton lately. But yeah, it's one of those instances right now where I would argue the unit as a whole needs to be revamped in some capacity, because I look around this pen right now, and it's not to say that they're all bad. Like, it's not like Hanafi is bad or Herter is bad, but it's, there's a difference between what you can do in the middle of summer and what you can do in the late part of the season and into October. And the guys and the best ones are the ones that can shut it down against the top lineups. The only one that I trust in this pen right now that can do that consistently is Vest. Do I think with Canley there's going to be some progression that he's not going to be this bad for the rest of the year? No, but I think that he's been disastrous enough over the last several weeks where there's not going to be a high leverage situation really for the remainder of the year that we're going to trust him that much. So yeah, moves are going to have to be made. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, Holton is definitely one of the X factors for me going down the stretch. I mean, when Holton's at his best, he's going to start games for you. He's going to pitch in the middle innings, and then he'll pitch high leverage games at the end of the games and close some games.
Mm-hmm.
Holton's definitely an X factor for me. But yeah, this bullpen, you definitely need to go get some swing and miss there.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it really is a shame, because I think coming into the season, they had an idea of what this pen could look like, and I think it's just a sign of how fragile pens can be, because I think coming into the year and really going back to the end of last season, you saw the emergence of guys like Bo Brisky, and you saw that Foley had a good season last year, and you had this expectation of hey, maybe Alex Lang can come back and develop some, swing and miss and go back to the way he used to be. And, all of those guys in various ways have fallen off a little bit. So it's been kind of, did Veerling go deep? No. Okay. Sorry.
Short, yeah.
TV's behind, but yeah, no, it's one of those instances where the unit just hasn't been what they've expected, and they're going to have to do something to do it.
Chris, I'm not going to lie to you here, man. before the season started, I gave out, a couple predictions as we all do.
Mm-hmm.
My breakout player this year was Brisky. And
yeah, I don't blame
don't think I couldn't have been more wrong about a take. I mean, this guy last year, I felt like every outing he was in, Chris, was high leverage.
Dude, he was throwing 100 in the playoffs. Like it was not some fugazi thing. Like they were trusting him in high leverage, throwing hard, getting swing and miss. My guess is we might get to the end of the year and find out that there was some like ailing injury he was dealing with, just because he lost the ability to command the ball. And I mean, this was a guy that they had very high hopes on, that was really good down the stretch. I don't blame you for having that take. I probably would have been in the same boat.
Yeah, I mean, he was absolutely unbelievable last year for this Tigers team. Unbelievable. Now, another guy, and I'm not 100% caught up on his injury right now. Obviously, had surgery and everything. Do you think we see a little Alex Lang back soon, or is
he keeps having setbacks? That's what's it's. Yeah. He pitched in AAA the other night. To answer your question, we are going to see him, pending another setback, at some point soon. This is the frustration, and it's a frustration that existed with Lang even before he got injured, is the fact that we're pretty deep into the season right now, and Lang, before his injury, Alex Lang was a guy who was having trouble commanding the ball, had legit swing and miss, but had a few had a few issues with strike throwing.
Yep.
And so even before the injury, he was sent down to work on that. We're at a point now where you kind of can't mess around. And so if you're going to bring him back, do you trust him in high leverage right away? Probably not. You need to work him up a little bit. So I think it's kind of getting to that crunch time where it's like, you need to see what you have with him, because if you get the good version of Lang, this is a guy who can be high leverage, even closing games for you. This is probably just lame analysis. I have no idea what to expect with him. I really don't know. Yeah. I mean, the guy hasn't pitched in the big leagues in well over a year at this point. He hasn't been really good in probably like 2+. I mean, it was really like kind of the early part of the 23 season where he was really solid. So I have no clue. I don't know what version of him we're going to get at this point, or if that really good version of him still exists. We're just going to have to find out. But I do think at some point here soon, again, pending another setback, we're going to be seeing him on a Tiger mound.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, if you can't throw strikes, you're not going to make it in this league. But Alex Lang, I mean, he definitely has some swing and miss there, so that'd be huge to get back. We just saw Dylan Dingler double there. That's a guy, and I said it, I believe, 2 Saturdays ago on the show. I said that's the guy I believe that's really going to go on a big heater in this second half. We saw it in AAA before he got called up. I think there was like a point in a week he had like 6 home runs. And then we called him up. He seems to be a little bit of a streaky hitter. Staying consistent somewhat this year, but you want that right-handed power bat, that's it right there. I think he's behind the dish. I think Dylan Dingler could be that guy. When he's on, it just adds a totally different element to this lineup.
I think he's been, for a team that had 6 All-Stars and has gotten a lot of love, arguably the most underappreciated piece of this ball club, just because I think that coming into the season, there was some concern about is this Jake's team, right? But behind the dish, essentially. And it's one of those things where, they all like Jake. We like Rogers as well. And there's things that he adds to this team that you probably can't see in, score sheet. But at the end of the day, the guy's 160 hitter who can pull a home run every so often. And I think the fact that you've had Dingler emerge, not just as an offensive threat, but as a really good game caller as well, that makes for a legitimate 1-2 punch at the catcher position. Like, Rogers is now an extremely effective backup, and you have Dingler who can hit for power, drive in runs, and he's really good at preventing the run game as well. No, he's another prime example of a guy that we took early in a draft that had a ton of talent, and yet the previous regime probably just didn't know really what to do with him. It seems like he's emerged and been one of the better, more underappreciated catchers in baseball this year.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. We just see Javi strike out there again with runners in scoring position. Well, and I will say this, Javi with runners in scoring position, I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but it seems he's been coming up with some big hits this year, but those are just 2 not great swings, 2 outs with runners in scoring position where you'd like to see a big hit there. Just got to keep scoring runs for your ace.
Yeah.
see what we got here in the chat. Scooble's pitch count, I'll check for that for you. I believe he's around 36, 37.
Yeah, I can check right here. Tigers. He's at 43 right now. So on pace, he can do 7. I mean, assuming that he maintains his pace.
7 Ks through 3. I believe we got Seager leading off this inning. You say Seager was 7 for 10 off of Scooble this year?
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
That
As
is
a left-handed
ridiculous.
hitter,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Yeah, he's a guy. Like I said this earlier, he's a guy. There's going to be a 2 to 3 month stretch. You'll forget about Seager for a second, and then there's going to be a 3 month stretch where you're like, all right, like this is why he's one of the best offensive shortstops in baseball.
He is legitimately probably going to end up being one of the best like offensive shortstops ever. Like he's had a really remarkable career. And another guy, and the numbers have gone down a little bit the last few years, but I would argue, and this is something that doesn't get talked about enough, quite possibly the biggest beneficiary of the shift being banned, as a left-handed hitter. I mean, it sounds, people forget about it, like how ridiculous that looked where we'd have an infielder like basically halfway between the infield grass and the outfield grass who would just field ground balls and throw them out from, like Miggy got a ton of hits taken away from that. His OPS went from 772 in the year before the shift was banned to basically 250 points higher the next year, and he's been able to sustain that. Just a really good natural hitter, a guy that during that big shortstop free agency offseason, obviously I was clamoring for Correa. I don't think the Tigers ever strongly considered Seager. I don't think Seager ever strongly considered the Tigers, but would have been a wonderful piece. Speaking
of the shift being banned, ABS system. We saw it in the All-Star game. Are you a fan?
Yeah.
100%. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Because, I've obviously been a baseball fan my whole life. I love just how pure baseball is. A lot of it is dictated about the umpires' calls. They at points, they dictate the game, which isn't great. But I believe that's just kind of part of the game. But, I mean, that ABS system, it was quick. And it's going to be effective. It's going to keep pitch counts down, I believe. Mm-hmm. But still, I'm a purist, I guess. I just love the game.
I get it. I think at this point it's necessary. And I also think with the way they did it in the All-Star game, I thought it was unique. I thought it was effective. And I also thought that it was generally like pretty fun. Like it didn't slow down the game at all. The fact is, like, this is an age of baseball where we deal with the true outcomes. It's strikeouts, it's home runs, it's walks. And it's not to say that the count's never been important, but I would argue the count in baseball right now for hitters is more important than it's ever been. And the difference between 1-1, or 1-2 or 1-0, I mean, it's massive at this point. You have to figure out a way to make sure that these calls are correct. And I also think the challenge system is a perfect compromise because you still have the human element of the game. And I would say 95% of the strikes that are called are going to stand. It's just going to be that small percentage that get challenged that are going to get overturned or stand. So I think it's necessary at this point.
Yeah, we'll see what it's like. But I mean, Seager again.
Another
hit.
Yes.
It's insane. I mean, you just can't get this guy out. You just can't get this guy out. Let's get a ground ball here. There we go.
It might be slow. Yeah.
Yeah, a little slow. Whatever.
That's all right.
We'll take it. Let's go get another one.
Yeah.
Go get another one. Got to keep the pitch counts down for Scoobs. He's at, I believe he's around 50 now. Maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, I believe so. Let me see. 40, 49. So, yeah, you're right there. 50.
Yeah, so when we talked about, the Rangers team too, I mean, Simeon's a guy who has also just been, I mean, kind of the same as like Adolis since that World Series, just hasn't been the same. And those guys, I mean, you're paying Simeon, what are they paying him? $40 million a year?
It's a lot. Yeah.
Something close to that. Dude, that offseason was so crazy. Like you touched on it a little bit. Like, they were like in a 100-loss team. And then out of nowhere, they just spent $1 billion on a middle infield.
Yeah.
And they go out and win a World Series. Pretty crazy team. Honestly, one of the crazier roster constructions I've seen.
And the fact that they didn't sustain it, and that was just a prime example of a team that just got crazy hot in October because they stumbled into the postseason. They didn't have a really good bullpen, but they just had some gamers. Like Evaldi becomes like pitching god every time it gets to October, and he was their ace, and Seager and Adolis went nuts. It's like there's such a randomness to October baseball, and the stars kind of aligned for the Rangers that year.
Yeah, that's why baseball's great, though.
Yeah,
that's why baseball's great. There we go, 93 miles, and so we see a splitter there from Skubal. A slider. Sorry.
Yeah.
The slider is the pitch that Skubal, I believe, used a lot last year and has gone away from it a little bit this year with how good that changeup's gotten.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you throw that thing 93 miles per hour, it's pretty nasty.
It's really important to him to not get into counts where the changeup becomes predictable. And it's like, even if that slider or the curveball aren't by definition like dynamite swing and miss pitches, just the ability to throw them for strikes can impact the way that a hitter sees the ball the rest of the at-bat. I think that's really important, and I think that it's as good as he is and as nasty as his stuff is, it's similar to how we felt with Verlander here, which is they're not just throwers. Like, his ability to understand the count, understand who he's facing, and throw, and not just be aiming the ball, but really attacking. I mean, that one to Adolis right there is just disgusting. And like that's a setup because of the previous pitches he threw in that at bat. Because he went changeup on the 0-1 and he fouled it off. Adolis is probably sitting on a changeup on the 0-2, gets a slider and fouls it, and then just completely spits on a changeup right down the middle and just takes it for strike 3. I mean, that's just the definition of dominant pitching.
Yeah, it's art.
Yeah,
it's art. I mean, he's unbelievable. And I mean, he left that changeup right there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but because he was probably expecting that it was going to be a chase pitch on 0-2. You can get away with that.
There we go. And one thing, too, about Skubal, you see he just started 2-0 here. I don't think 2-0 means anything for Skubal. Obviously, you'd like to get ahead of the count, but his stuff is so good where he's going to get back into that count. I mean, I've seen the amount of times I've seen Skubal go 2-2 or 2-0 to 2-2, just like that. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. You get a swing and miss there from a changeup, arm side. Let's go now, Scoobs. 55 pitches through 4. There we go. Right back to 2-2.
Yep.
Even count. I think you go right back to the changeup here. Just threw him a changeup, then a fastball. I go right back to the changeup here.
2. Good play.
Changeup. Ooh, nice play by Vierling there.
Yeah.
Nice play by Vierling.
Yeah. Probably wanted that changeup a little bit more down, but he made a play.
Yes, sir. Well, Chris, we appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
You're the man. Again, make sure to go check out, I'll say this, and Chris and Company, and make sure to go follow Chris on all of his socials, X at Castellani 2014. Chris, again, you're the man, one of the best in the business. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Always nice talking to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a guy. What a guy, Chris. So we got Scoobs, another masterclass, it looks like. Another masterclass he's on right now. Through 4, 56 pitches, 2 hits, both to Seager, who, I mean, you heard Chris say it. He's 8 for 11 against Scoobs. Pretty crazy. 8 Ks. He's looking good, man. He's looking good. Primetime TV, the whole world gets to watch Skubal today. What a treat. The offense, though. I mean, you just saw 2 strikeouts from Javi Baez with runners in scoring position. Not great. You like to get more runs, more insurance for your starter. What do we got here in the chat? How are we feeling, guys? AG, we got top of the order here. Jones, Torres, Green. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Howard Black, Paul Skeens, the best pitcher in the world. Come on, man. I mean, Skeens is unreal. But, I mean, when you're talking about that tier, Skeens, Wheeler, and Skubal's in, I mean, I could even argue Skubal's in a tier of his own. Truly. see what else you guys had to say here. Yeah, I mean, hopefully Skubal can keep this pitch count down. So like I said to Chris, you don't have to see a ton of this bullpen today. Give him a rest, even though they had the All-Star break. But you give him a little more of a rest. You see what happens there. I did have some questions there for Chris that I wanted to throw out there. I think I'm gonna ask him to Raj. Some not because I think a lot of the questions right now are all trade deadline and everything related. So some more fun baseball questions I didn't get to throw out there. But here we go. Jahmai Jones, top of the fifth. Looks at a curveball high. I believe Latz, who's thrown for the Rangers, has been. I could be definitely wrong, but I think he's been used as somewhat of an opener for the Rangers for the most part. So usually, like I'm looking at his past box scores, it's a lot of 2 1/3, 3 innings. He went 6 against Baltimore. I mean, he's through 4 right now. Did Boone go do laundry on stream again? I forgot about that. That was hilarious. Stream from the laundromat. You don't see that often. It's content. Rangers have Jackson warming up in the pen. Jahmai Jones, ground out. 1 out. It feels like, I mean, it's only been 2 years, obviously, with the lefty killer, I guess we could say, with the Tigers. It was Andy Ibanez last year, Jahmai Jones this year. I wonder if that's just going to be a cycle that's going to happen for the Tigers every year. They're just going to find one guy that demolishes lefties, and he's going to play every 4 days. Glaber up now. There we go. Base hit. Base hit for Glaber. I believe he's 2 for 3 now. Two for 2 at the walk. Come on, Riley. Get a clutch hit here now. Clutch hit here now. Keep this inning alive. Keep the ball off the ground. Looks at strike 1. Come on now, Riley. I mean, that homer hit yesterday, I know it was the only run of the game. That thing was destroyed. 869 OPS. Beats the ball on the ground. Double play. Oh, man. Come on now. Come on now. You got to make something happen with that inning. That's one thing you can't do there in that spot. Just hit the ball on the ground, but he hit the ball hard, so. Yeah, 2 players in the Tigers lineup today with 2 hits already. Dingler and Glaber. Seager, the only player on the Rangers with a hit. And he has 2 of them. All right, let's get another quick inning from Scoop here. 57 pitches through 4. 8 Ks, 2 hits. Who do the Rangers have due up here? Jonah Heim, Freeman, and Fosk. How we feeling right now, chat? How we feeling? 1-0 lead. 1-0 lead. Got to end this 6-game skid. Yeah, that double plays tough with Riley. What up, Boone?
All right, Caleb, I'm back. What did I
bro?
miss? What did I miss? Anything big happen in this game? I had to go
couple
do
more
something.
couple more scoop strikeouts. Offensively, nothing. You didn't miss much.
How many strikeouts are we at right now? Are we close to the 11?
We're at 8. He's at 57.
3 to
pitches.
go. 3 to go. And we get that torque bomb too. That would be something. That would be a night. And a win. Oh, that's a ball. That's tough. And we have Raj hopping on still too, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sixth
Love
inning.
that.
Sixth inning.
What anywhere in the okay, so yeah. After this. Big time. He's coming in the 6th and 7th inning.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect. Maybe what I'll do is I'll hop off, let you cook with Raj, and then I'll hop back on in the 8th and 9th inning. And we'll finish this game off. I mean, this stadium looks unbelievable. I would love to go check the stadium.
You know what? And it is Texas, so this could be a really stupid thing for me to say. What?
Lentz is there. I just
Oh,
remember
really?
that. Yeah. I was talking with him the other day, and he was like, "I'm going to Texas," and he has a buddy that lives down there. He said they're going to the time. It's either tonight or yesterday, one of the two. Can't remember which one.
Shout out, Lentz. Yeah, but I think from what I heard, and obviously it's in Texas, but I heard like it's no matter what time, it's unbelievably hot in that stadium. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard it's like a hot box in there.
Really?
Yeah.
We should go check it out.
Dude, sometimes at Comerica Park too during the summer.
It gets hot.
Dude, it's like
it's the sun, man. If you're in certain sections, man, you'll get destroyed.
Yeah. Scoop 3-2 count here. Put him away. Go with a changeup here. Run it arm side. Or I'll take an 102 mile per hour heater. Those are always fun.
Give me number 9.
99.
Oh, you're a little ahead. I'm gonna refresh. This is an indoor stadium too, correct?
Yeah, dude. It's always.
How is it hot then in there? How is it a hot box?
That's just what I think I've seen it on. I saw it on Twitter or no TikTok. That somebody was like reviewing their time at the park, and they were saying it was like crazy hot in there.
That's unreal.
Dayton says they keep it at 72 degrees. I don't know.
Maybe they need to put it at like 68 degrees. If it's still hot, hey, let's just lower it a little bit more. I'm sure they have the money to pay for the AC, huh?
Dude, every time they show Scuba with the long hair, I can't even it doesn't even look like the same person. Like him from high school. And
he looks completely different.
Doesn't even look like the same person.
Can we at least get I think I at least need one here to have a chance, right? Because there's no way he goes 7, right? What is he at right now? He's at 66.
Oh, shout out Raj. Was it the old stadium that was really hot? Or am I wrong? Did I just make something up live?
I'll say this. I've been in Comerica on like the hottest day of the summer, and I've been sitting like out where there's no cover, and I'm just I'm sitting there dripping sweat. So, but the old stadium, I think when I was little, I might have been there when I was like a baby. so I have no clue. Raj would know. He said correct, old stadium.
Yes.
It's over in Corktown.
Corktown. Go to Corktown. We got to make a trip to Corktown. There we go. Fly ball, Wenzel camped under it. 2 outs. 2 outs. Boone, I don't know if I've asked you this before. I probably have.
Yeah.
You have 24 hours, right? And Scooble doesn't get tired, and he's throwing to you. Do you make contact with one pitch?
So say that again. 24 hours.
24 hours, you're in the batter's box, and Scooble doesn't get tired in this scenario.
Oh, doesn't get tired?
He does not. Are you making contact with one pitch?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're making contact, but
you don't know what's coming. Like, it's not just fastballs.
I agree. You're gonna eventually 24 hours. You're gonna if you had 100. If he pitched 100 pitches to you without getting tired, you're gonna make contact.
I don't know. I might be too scared.
At some point. No, you might be too scared, but you're gonna hey, $1 million is on the line. You just have to make contact. Like, you're gonna.
Do you think you put one in? Do you think you
That's
put one
the bigger question.
Play?
I don't know. The Tigers' worst pitcher, if I had 100 at bats, I think I could for sure. Scooble,
yeah,
I don't know.
But what do you mean worst pitcher? Like, they're all so fucking good.
Yeah, but still, their worst one, I think I would get one in play for sure.
I don't think you could. And I would give you 48 hours. I don't think you could.
I could get one in play for sure. And Scooble, there's no way with Scooble. There's no way with Scooble. But, dude, I mean, you can get lucky and get one in play. Close your eyes and swing and get one in play. Eventually, you're going to get lucky.
Not really.
Yeah, yes. Eventually, you'll get lucky. As long as you're in the same, all right, here we go. As long as you're not an absolute bum, have any hand-eye coordination. You know what I'm saying? If you have any sort of athleticism, I'm sure you could get one in play. Getting no strikeouts in this inning is heartbreaking. That is.
Yeah, he's at 70.
He's at 8. Yeah, 70.
Strike out the side next inning.
Surely they're just going to let him go into the 7th.
Well, yeah, he's going to. Oh, no, it's the 6th next.
It's the 5th right now.
I don't know. Well, it depends. But it's gonna be a sweat for you. But I mean, you could still get a torque bomb here. I think he's up this inning. Oh yeah, he did because Riley Green grounded into a double play.
What?
Oh no, wait. Yeah, you have torque this inning, right? You took him, right?
Home run? Yeah.
Did
you?
Yeah. Well, you could get no.
You what?
I told you I wasn't.
How are you going to give me a bet? And you're just not going to do it. You're like, I said home run, and you go, I had a dream last night, and I had a vision of someone doing it. And then you're like, torque. Why would you have a vision or a dream and just not put a bet on?
I've dated Sidney Sweeney. That doesn't make it.
And if you had the opportunity to actually do it, would you do it? You actually had the opportunity to put the bet on.
Are you saying I don't have the opportunity to date Sidney Sweeney?
Zero chance, man.
That's pretty messed up, Boone. Coach Walk said you would never make contact, and I think you would get lucky. I think you would just get lucky, and if as long as you're swinging at the timetable of a pitch and you're in the batter's box for 24 hours. That's what I'm saying. What do you mean what do you mean timing it out? He's going to throw you 99.
You're going to get lucky and make contact once.
Drop it, and then he's going to.
I went to a pitching a batter's or whatever those called pitching cages, and you put it up to 80. And it's like,
dude,
I don't. I have no business of
I want to hear his thoughts. I want to bring in our guest, and I want to hear his thoughts. Shout out to the co-owner of Tigers ML Report and host of Motor City Metrics, Mr. Raj. Raj, what's going on, man?
Dude, nobody's making contact. I'm sorry.
Raj, the worst pitcher on the Detroit Tigers right now. You get 24 hours in the batter's box. The worst pitcher. You can make contact.
The worst pitcher in the league, what you would see come out of his hand would make you want to throw up. It's that.
That's Caleb, exactly it. Look, here's the thing, and Booner, I understand where you're trying to go with this, but look, here's the thing. When this was 80 miles an hour. When kids started throwing, when I used to play tournament ball, and the curveball went from like this to my nutsack essentially in 2 seconds, I was done. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, even that was my athletic peak in my high school years. It doesn't matter. When you're throwing that, you have to have good vision. There's guys that have plus vision. I remember Derek Jeter talking about how you could see the seams of the ball coming at him. I can't see nothing.
Okay, that's crazy. That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. True. Like, you have to really, I mean, as Dark Flame said, you'd be lucky to even make a foul tip. These guys, and everything's moving. You hear that sound when it comes by. There's no way. I'm sorry. I mean,
this is, Raj, what we're going to do? We're going to all use our powers, and we will do a video. We'll find a major leaguer, and I will sit we'll do maybe, let's not do 24 hours because I don't think a pitcher can go that long. Let's do like 100 at-bats or something.
And he's allowed to plunk you at least once, so then it dusts you off the plate a little bit.
No. That's ridiculous.
Let's sign a waiver here, gentlemen.
You
would have to sign a waiver.
I'll sign a waiver. I don't want to get hit, but I will sign a waiver, and I will step in the batter's box. 100 at-bats, not 100 pitches, 100 at-bats.
So you're going to use a wooden bat then, right? Fair rules. You're not going to use some metal bat to.
I'll use what they use.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, I retract that. I don't know how hard it is to use a wooden bat. So I will use we will work that one out. We'll have that conversation, Raj. But we will set something up. We'll find a major league pitcher, and I'll go head to head for a video, and we could do it for like crunch time in your guys' show as well.
Yeah. No. Look. I mean, we have a bunch of pitch. A Tiger Minor League report. We can ask one of the guys to do it if they would volunteer to do it. Honestly, Trevor May would be a good idea. Well, whomever you want to put in there, I would bet any money you would not get one single thing out of the infield.
I want to make contact. If
it doesn't matter, you can foul it. You can so you make it a foul. That means you make contact. That's not fair.
I could put it in play. I'll put it in play. I'll put one in play.
Put a ball in play.
Yes.
You know what, Caleb? I think there has to be some sort of parameters to this. I really think so because I would agree with Trevor. Trevor May's breakdowns are fantastic. Look. You have to get out of the infield. That's the rule. I'm sorry. You have to put it in the. If you want to put it in play, to me, it has to qualify as a hit. So that's
okay.
That's a big difference.
Now we're talking about things
getting a hit. Getting on base is different.
Talking about a swinging bunt. Like, I would accept that because I think he's going to any of us.
I think I could just put the ball in play, whether I get thrown out at first, whatever. I think I could put the ball in play, and we could. You know what I want to do though? Hey, if we have options for pitchers, I would like to look at some backgrounds and how good some of these pitchers are, Raj. And then caveat I want to have the final say in who the pitcher is.
It sounds like if you're about to throw, you sound like you're adding a lot of caveats there, my friend.
Yeah, and this is a big deal. I mean, this is tough.
I can't wait to see your face when you see 94. I mean,
I'm
for
excited.
the first time, it's gonna be, I don't know, gonna be interesting. But Raj, got the Tigers on right now, and we had some big news, obviously, in the minor leagues, and obviously you do a great job covering that. The three-headed monster, essentially, Max Clark, Briseño, and Kevin McGonigal all get the call up to Erie. I mean, how big is that for the Tigers organization that these guys are just one step closer to wearing the Old English D?
Well, first and foremost, I got the chance to talk to all three of those guys on Friday, and Max actually called me Raj, which actually blew my mind because I was just like, wow, But then only the reason why is because maybe he does pay attention to the stuff we write and everything, so it's good. Oh man, really popped out. No. I think they're ready for Double-A, and I really the game that was indicating the home run he hit Friday, we saw him in Erie. It was a moonshot, and Clark has really good speed. He's faster than in person when you see him versus video. And then Kevin McGonigal last night, 3 hits, just again going on the video. It's like he's going to go to right center right now. Boom, that's exactly what he does, and he has a very good attach at the plate. Even though Briseño struck out to end the game. He had a foul ball earlier that was just like it was just ridiculous. And he hits it really well, and he sees spin really well too. And so all three of them have a very good, unique ability to see the strike zone. And I'm really excited to see what they can do. Just at this point right now, what the Tigers have to consider is when out of the three, though, I think McGonigal is the one that would more likely be up quicker than Clark and Briseño. But Clark is better than advertised.
Yeah, and I think essentially, like when you bring up McGonigal being the first one brought up, I think essentially whoever's going to be in that shortstop position for the Tigers, whether it's Javi or Sweeney, if he stays up, it's just a filler for McGonigal. I think. I think you're right. He's going to be the first one to get brought up. And when it comes to Clark, I mean, those 2 home runs he's hit in these past couple of days have been to the pull side, and he hit a double to the pull side too. So that bat speed is there for Max Clark. He's going to be a true 5-tool player. And Booner actually asked a great question earlier. Kind of, you're welcome. Kind of to tie it in with Max Clark.
But by the way, Baez is out of the game.
Injury?
No, they just said Bukowski said they're not sure why as of yet, but he's out of the game. So Trey Sweeney is in. Just as a heads up.
I think the Rangers are bringing in a righty, but I don't think it would be because of that. I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, but Parker Meadows, he's kind of the guy essentially blocking a guy like Max Clark, because we all thought Parker Meadows was going to be, a part of the future, but he's really struggling right now. Do you think Parker Meadows might be playing himself out of a spot in the future for this Tigers team?
That's a good question. And I just think as right now, it's for him. He has been struggling really with just getting back in the shape of things a little bit. I mean, he's been injured. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. I think that he has struggled a little bit against off-speed stuff. We've seen that. But at the same time, I think with Meadows, he covers such great ground in center field. But even with that misplay he had last week, I guess it was against Seattle, was uncharacteristic of him. Yeah. And so I don't know, I think with Clark right now, you want to see that him to the end of the season in Double A, because Double A, they're the guys throw with higher velocity, better spin, and they have to really. I would love to see Clark continue to do that. He's been hitting the ball the air more. If he can continue to do that, continue to hit pull side, and just again take advantage of his speed. Like some people are like, "Well, how come he doesn't steal more?" That's not the Tigers' philosophy. Mm-hmm. I think that he's using his speed just fine, and I think he go first or third quick really well too. So as far as McGonigal goes, he had a couple errors Friday night, but I think it's just for him, it could be just jitters and everything, but he's fine either short or second.
One more question about the three-headed monster. I'm going to keep calling him that because I think that's awesome. That
the big three,
the big three. Do you think as Briseño continues to progress in this organization, do you think he's going to stay behind the plate, or do you think they're going to he's going to be more of like a DH like he is kind of doing now in Erie a little bit, or maybe have him play a little bit more of first base?
So right now, as it stands, like a 5-game series, or during the 6-game series, during the 5 games, he essentially is going to be first base twice a week. I believe at DH, or first base 3 times a week, DH once, I think catching a couple times a week. Mm-hmm. And I think that what's going to happen is they're just going to wait and see how his approach is going to be behind the plate. I still think he has a better – I think personally he's better suited at first. Mm-hmm. And I think that – oh, did he go? Oh, nice. Sorry, I was just looking at the strikeout here of was it Durant? Okay.
Yeah, high cheese, yeah.
That was some good cheese there. 9 strikeouts. No, I think that he is – between him and Tyrone – the thing about Tyrone is I think Briseño is a better receiver. They both have really good arms. But, I was talking to Chris about this Friday. I still think that they're both not the kind of catchers that Hinch likes. So we'll see what happens there. But I think Briseño can play first base just fine, too. If that's the case, then wherever his bat's going to be, they're going to put him.
Yeah, you're going to find a way to get that bat in the
right.
line. Yeah, he's been unbelievable. And that's a guy, when we're talking trade deadline, that's a guy that the way he's been playing this year gives you the opportunity and makes it more comfortable to float out the idea of trading a guy like Lorenzo, maybe to go get a piece. Who are the guys in this farm system that you think are really, really the players that are going to get moved at the deadline, are going to be in talks?
I mean, if they're seeking relief help right now, allegedly that's what's going to be going on. I think that a guy like Max Anderson, who's been playing third, I saw him play third yesterday. He was fine. He handled the position well. That adds to his position versatility. Jace Young, but then the question is how. I think it takes a certain team to like Young playing third or second. I think somebody like RJ Pettit, for example, the reliever down in Double A, because by now he should be at Triple A and he's not. So that kind of raises a little eyebrows to me, at least. But again, they could just also with the the backlog of everything going on. Did he get Seager?
Yeah, he lined out to second.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, it felt like an impossible task at a point. You couldn't get the guy out.
Yeah, Seager is so quick through the strike zone too. Just bad, just so man. No, I think between him, I think that somebody like along the lines of maybe Isaac Pacheco too, if a team likes him as well, because you have the first time in as long as I can remember, the Tigers have a glutton of infielders they could trade from, and I think that's where they're going to have to pull from. A team like, for example, the Nationals, who are there's always the Mackenzie Gore trade rumors, but Mackenzie Gore is also Scott Boras' client, so that's something to consider. He's going to be gone in 2 years, so he's going to be moving. So, but I would think Anderson, Young, Lee. I think Harris likes Lee. I've talked to him a couple times about Lee, and I think he's going to really stick with them there. But overall, it's just a matter of they also need some more outfield depth too. So it depends on if they can pick up like a fourth outfielder type and what have you. Even like Garcia, who's a free agent in Texas right now, that's somebody who's been hitting better as of late. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah,
we actually have a Rangers fan in the chat, and he said he wouldn't be surprised if Garcia was a Tiger. But I asked, we just had Chris Castellani on. I want to ask you as well. The hot name right now is Eugenio Suarez. And I guess my question to him was, is Eugenio is he becoming a little too expensive with the way he's playing, or do you think the Tigers are still going to maybe make a push at him?
I really don't. That one is that's a tough call, because I think if his price is going too high, I don't think the Tigers are going to. If the Tigers truly believe that he is the difference between them and when they get in the World Series, they'll pull the trigger. But if it's going to cost them a lot of prospect capital, that's where I think they might hesitate a little bit, because he is hitting the crap out of the ball. You have the Yankees in play, but the Tigers have a better farm system than New York does. And I'm not just saying it to be biased. It's just truth. Suarez is a guy who gives you that much-needed right-handed power. I'd love for him to be in a Tigers uniform and come back to clean off the taste of one of the dumbest trades Dave Borowski's period ever. Yeah. Randall fucking Simon. I'm just, when that happened too, I remember I was just like, why? Anyway, sorry. I just look at it this way. I really believe that it's just a matter of who the Tigers are willing to give up. If the Tigers are going to give up, is he worth a top 5 prospect or a rental?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's a 1-year rental, and you really got. I mean, if you're gonna send off a top 5 guy, you really think you can win it this year.
Yeah, and I agree with Jason though. Jason in the chat said Suarez on defense. Is that ball gone?
No, it was Lace though. Nice play by Langford. He's played a nice center field this game. He's made a couple nice plays.
Yeah, he's a better defender than people give him credit for. No, I think Suarez is a defender. I mean, is he great? No, is he serviceable? Yeah, but he's a guy who can hit. I don't care what he does. I mean, could you DH him right now? Sure. I mean, I know Carpenter's coming up, start his rehab process too, but either way, I just think that the price you have to pay, I think you're gonna have to pay a higher price for relievers than Suarez, though. That's the other thing too. So this market's gonna be crazy in the next week and a half. I'm looking forward to it. I just don't want Scott Harris to get cornered and get bullied a little bit, because I think that's what happened last year with the Dodgers, personally.
Yeah, I think so too, because that was kind of a last minute. It almost felt like a snap call, and in a sense, it worked out. Lorenzo's been a good prospect, and Sweeney made some really big plays for us last year down the stretch. So I mean, and obviously we got Flaherty back, which we if you look at it, we kind of fleeced the Dodgers. But I agree with you. It kind of felt like snap call at the end of the trade deadline. And this is, this is the first trade deadline we're going in past 10 years or so that we're going in as buyers. So it's going to be an exciting trade deadline, and I'm really curious to see kind of how it plays out. And for you, is the number one priority for you a swing and miss reliever? I think that's kind of the consensus with everyone.
Absolutely, because you look at Toledo right now. They don't really have. They don't have anybody that it can come up. Outside Troy Melton, and Troy Melton is a dog. He is probably the best Tiger pitcher right now, currently in the system right now, who throws with velocity and swing and miss stuff. Now, if he doesn't locate his cutter is very hittable. And I think that's the one thing about what I'm concerned with Melton is is if they do trade him, they would have to trade him for somebody that's going to be sticking around for a while because the Tigers don't have any starter depth right now. I think Sorry Gibson Long is a guy who may, come up, but what do you know what you're going to have with him? Jackson, Job is out till middle of next year. So then if you have Gibson, at least, and then Ham has I believe a hamstring injury right now, so he's not due back. Jake Miller down in Erie, he's technically a reliever anyway. His back is still bad. You don't have anybody. And so I think that if you really have to consider that they have to get this swing and miss reliever right, like Benar. I know Santana on the Pirates, but he doesn't have his K per nine. It's like, dumb. It's like 7 or something to that effect. I think that you have to really consider if they're going to bring up Melton, what role is he going to play? And if so, I think he's better off as a starter. But then again, they might just put him in the bullpen and just let him rip loose. But, is the Fetter touch? What's the Fetter going to tell him to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I get that kind of vibe too, where there is talent, in Toledo and all those guys when it comes to pitching, but all those guys kind of just feel like innings eaters to me, in a sense. I mean, you're gonna get some valuable innings from them, but they don't seem like guys you could really throw out there, every fifth day and really get, really, really good production out of. But I want to ask you about Tigers' first round pick, Jordan Yost. I wasn't that familiar with him. But what are your thoughts on that draft pick?
So Chris and I spent the whole weekend trying to find video for him. And Caleb, it was really hard to find a lot of video on him. And I think he needs to add some more strength and hopefully he can grow into it. I think he's really good at controlling the strike zone. But the problem is that going to translate into power? And right now, I don't see that right now. I mean, he's very young. I think the Tigers didn't get who they want. Like, he was maybe on their target list, but I thought they could have got him at maybe the comp pick or even a little later in the draft because I think he was betting on his rankings. But the Tigers don't care about rankings, and that's fine. That being said, I still think that was a nice. Oh no, that was good. Sorry, I was just looking at what was going on with the game here. I think this is a draft to me, Caleb. To put it this way, outside of the pitching, 3 years, get back to me. Draft 3 years and wait because it's just there's too much. And I think they did that on purpose because based off of the development that they have currently right now with guys in their system. I mean, if I thought, I'm still in the belief that to me, this draft didn't have a lot of good college bats. It was all, if you were watching the draft, you saw all the shortstops to win, but it was, there was no bat that was going to come up and go, hey, come up and make an impact right away.
Yeah. There wasn't any like Langfords or anybody in the draft.
Correct.
In this one.
And so I think that the Tigers looked at it that way. I think they're long-term with this. And so, my question to you about this is then with even with their comp pick in Michael, I feel like we might not even see West Michigan for 2 years just based off what we've seen there.
I mean, from the videos I've seen, these guys look they look raw. They look talented, but they're very, very raw. I mean, these are 18-year-old kids. I think all these guys ever going to put on muscle, and like you said, is all these things going to turn out? The bat speed, everything, is that going to translate to some power? And that's what I'm curious to see. But the one thing I was curious about with this draft, and obviously MLB, you're never supposed to draft for need ever.
Right.
That's just not something you do. But we just talked about the pitching depth in the organization. I wouldn't have hated taking I couldn't give you an exact name, but maybe like a high school arm there at that spot. I'm not saying, again, you said it, talk to me in 3 years with this pick, with the Jordan Yost pick, but I would have liked to see a starter with the first round pick. Again, not supposed to draft for need, but there's not much depth there in the minors.
No, I agree with you on that. And I thought that, but then there was not really an arm either that really stood out right around then. I think because to me, a guy like, I was thinking of Marcus Strong. I think it's Marcus Strong, who Boston picked, I think at 33 or 34. I think it was a gentleman out of Tennessee. There was a couple arms that I really liked that had some really tremendous upside that could have gone right around then. If the pick 34 that maybe would have made their way through. But Ben Jacobs is a guy who they picked out of Arizona State, who I really like a lot because he fits that. All of them have three things in common. A, they have really good extension. B, can throw a changeup at least and throw a changer, slider, and fastball. And most importantly, they can control the strike zone. I mean, you don't look at Caleb, the gentleman they picked out of Maine. his numbers don't indicate, like, if you look at his numbers, they're like 5 point, ERA. That doesn't matter then.
Yeah.
And so if you could tell, and same thing, I was talking about this before, they have a type. If they go East Coast, they got Northeastern again. They went heavy California on this draft, but it wasn't all high school kids. And that to me was relieving, because I think when they went, I think like 6 straight picks. It was rounds, I believe 2 through 7 that were all pitchers. And that was definitely saying, I've asked, Garco has told us before, the reason why they were signing Indian guys, they need more pitchers. So,
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get some news on this, on what's going on with the Javi thing. I didn't see anything during the game. I don't know if you saw anything. I'm not seeing any more reports. Could have just been a pinch hit or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but me too. I haven't seen anything yet on. I was trying to look for that, and I haven't seen anything, which is hopefully maybe it was a strategic thing. So I haven't. Yeah.
They did bring righty in, but I don't know. We'll see. But I do have four questions for you, almost like rapid fire.
Sure.
First question. Outside of a hot dog, because I think that's a cop out answer. Favorite ballpark food?
Oh man, I go nachos. Nachos. Nachos to me, like, so they had the Moon Mammoth nachos, which was the Moon Mammoth helmet on Saturday. Now, everybody hates. There's some people out there who hate liquid cheese with a passion. I know liquid.
How they hate it,
and I know it's not good for me as I get older. But I sometimes just think that you get a nice queso with it, you're fine. Nachos, a little bit of meat on it. If you get the full nachos, you have to get either the helmet nachos, but I think Comerica Park is some of the best nachos. That I think it's like near section 126 or 127. They have those nachos with the 2 different types of cheeses.
That's big time right there.
Big time. Yeah, and as why I go as a fan, like, because in the press box they don't serve nachos like that. The press box has some fantastic food, don't get me wrong. But those nachos down there are top choice.
That's big time. That's a great answer. That's probably the only right answer there. Number 2, I'm gonna go you get to go out to eat with one Detroit Tiger, past or present. Who are you going with?
Oh man, that's a good one. Past or present.
There's a lot of good names you could go
Yeah,
with.
there's a lot of them, and I'm trying to think of like just guys who I grew up like idolizing and just really had a big I don't know, like I was thinking about Mickey Tettleton because he was when I was a catcher in school. But I would have to say Willie Hernandez, the Tigers Cy Young Award winner, MVP in '84, because he was one of the first Hispanic players to win and come with some prestige with the Tigers and come to prominence a little bit. And just ask him about his whole experience coming over from the National League when there used to be such a stark difference between the National League and the American League. Through a screwball, which is a hard pitch to do now. Yeah. Or then, I mean, you realize how much it takes to torque out your arm. And I also, you know what, I'm going to go with a tie with this. And also probably I would have to say Maglio Ordonez, because Maglio, I got a chance to talk to him once, and he was a really funny guy. And one day I'll have to tell you a story off air about something that he said that was really funny in the locker room that forever will crack me up and forever made me change my mind about somebody. So, yeah, two Tigers legends. For me, dude, I think I got to go Prince here. And I know that's like pretty recent. I think I got to go Prince Fielder here, man. He was just, you could tell on the field he was just having fun. Seems like a really great dude. Comes from a family of baseball. I would probably go Prince Fielder for mine. But last question here. This one can get controversial because I know there's a lot of classics here, but I honestly think there's a right answer here. What's your favorite baseball movie of all time? Or at least, what do you think is the best baseball movie of all time? The best movie, man, that's a really good question, because that's a tough question too, because there's a lot of baseball movies I do like. I know everybody lately the trending answer is Moneyball. And Moneyball is a good movie. It's fine. I love Major League. I really like Major League a lot, but I never got comfortable with them being Cleveland because it's funny when I watched when I was younger, I didn't mind it so much, but then when I got in high school, it was when the Sandlot Purple Prince might be, Sandlot might be it, but anyway, Major League. When I got in high school, it was when the Tigers moved to the divisions, and that's when they came in AL Central, and that's when Cleveland was at their height, 97, just dominating, and the Tigers were getting their asses kicked all by time, and I was like, fuck Cleveland. And it still continued that way to be that way. So I would have to go with, I would say Sandlot, because to me, the Sandlot is, I lived across the street where I lived. Is my mic decorative there? Is that better, dog? Sorry.
I think it sounds fine. I don't know. I think it sounds fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of missing here where I guess I thought that sound like shit or something. I don't know.
No,
anyway,
I thought you sounded good.
Yeah. Anyway, there was a parking lot across the street from my house, and me and my buddies would play there. And it was like a gravel parking lot, but we would get a game. We would get a full game going. We had like imaginary we drew out bases for after a while. So yeah, that's. The Sandlot's such a great movie, and just
it's so good. The 4th of July scene is one of the best scenes in movie history. Honestly, that scene is unbelievable. Yeah, that was kind of my right answer there, the Sandlot. But I also love Moneyball. But Moneyball was also they underplayed quite a few things.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah,
it was unbelievable. That pitching staff was crazy.
Yeah, that was like Barry Zito. That was the Barry Zito. That was Barry Zito, Mark Muller.
Barry Zito was he was close to winning Cy Young that year, and then God, I can't remember the shortstop's name. Was it Tejada?
Miguel Tejada. Yeah, Miguel Tejada.
Yeah, he was an MVP candidate too. Yeah. Like those guys didn't even mention, but Moneyball is a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
There's a Tiger reference obviously in there with Dave Dombrowski calling about for
Carlos Pena. Yeah,
Carlos Pena. Yeah, that was I don't know Brad. I'm sure. Like, here's the thing too. I'm sure Billy Bean got off a little bit going, oh yeah, look at Brad Pitt playing me. Okay, knock it off here. I find it. Here's a question for you: what's more believable, Brad Pitt as a GM or Brad Pitt as a Formula One driver in the new Formula One the movie?
Dude, I haven't seen that movie. I've heard mixed things about it.
There's the reviews. I just looked at a review or a preview for it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Well, you're not. Dude, come on, man. Okay, no, it's okay, dog. I mean, if I'm a little echoey, I apologize, but it's probably because I'm sorry if I wasn't. Sometimes I get defensive about my mic, so sorry about that. Anyway, no, I don't buy him for a minute being a Formula One driver. Don't buy it. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it is. Sick. I get. Yeah, that strikeout. Who was that? Was that? Did you just get Seager on that one?
Yeah, you got Simeon.
Yeah, that thing's nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, and I believe that was a changeup as well.
Yeah, that was a changeup.
There's not, and this has been said so many times. I feel like a broken record even saying it. I mean, Tarek School, when his changeup is on, there is no one on planet Earth that is better than this guy. Because I mean, when you could play that 99 arm side fastball off of that changeup that runs to the arm side, low and away to a righty, there's no one better. There's no one better.
Especially,
it's a work of art. It's a work of art.
And also because it was a pitch that he learned. I remember when he was in Erie, it was always fastball, slider, and when he started throwing that changeup, it's something that I don't think is often talked about. But yeah, Brad Pitt, by the way, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that's his best role of all. Like him pulling the dog food. Anyway, this is something that I think we've talked about this before too, where the Tigers will identify a pitch with somebody like Brad Herter, for example. Like they went back and told him to throw his changeup. Sawyer Gibson Long threw a changeup in high school. Same thing. They identify something, and this is the one thing about the Tigers that have done development wise that have never been able to do, and that is develop a pitch like that and make that a weapon. And the changeup to me, if you can get that mile per hour difference, but it doesn't matter if you get the dump like that. It has to have that tumbling action. And especially on righties, man, there's just what the fuck are you gonna do with it? It's just
there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. And I'll say this: there's sometimes I'm watching Reese Olson throw too. That changeup, it might be better than Scoovel's. That changeup is demonic. Reese Olson's. That one is crazy.
Yeah, and the reason why it
like
caused that
12-6 sometimes.
Yeah, and the reason why it caused that the ring finger injury is because the pressure he was putting on that changeup when you were on the release point on that, and so that's going to cause the reason why he's in the injury with that is just no, you know what? Data in BS. No, Jacob deGrom. There's no. I have no qualms with Jacob deGrom. He's a phenomenal pitcher.
Yeah.
I
He had one of the
bought
best
him.
pitching seasons of all time, and what was it, 2014, where he won?
Yeah.
He went like 4-8, but he had like a 1.29 ERA or something crazy. DeGrom is a legend.
Yeah, DeGrom's right. There will never be this. There'll be no dissing of him in this chat.
No.
If there was, I would kick him out because that's BS. Yeah, no way. He's one of the best pitchers I've ever seen.
Yeah,
period.
Truly.
Yeah. Ooh, look, Scooble. I love it. Scooble's so like his facial expression. Like he's such a verbal facial guy. I just love it. I love it.
Yeah. You could really tell what he's thinking just from, he doesn't even have to say a word, or he doesn't even have to put like his glove around his mouth. You know what he's thinking. He'll show you.
Yeah. Oh, what does he do?
Pitch 97, are they yanking him?
What are they doing right now? So they got 2 runners on.
Runners at the corners, 1 out. Yeah. I think you play for a ground ball here. Yeah,
I think so too. I think because that ball right there was a little bit of like a death by 1,000 cuts on that ground ball there. Was it a broken? It was according to my wife, it was a broken bat. Oh no, it was a broken bat. Oh, yeah, that was a good poke actually. On second thought, look at the replay.
Yeah, we got Feder going out there, so they're not yanking him. So they want him to get out of this inning. He's got a bulldog.
Yeah, Federer's go out there and just go, dude. What are you doing? Let's go. Come on.
Jonah Heim up. Who do they got after Jonah Heim? Freeman.
Let's see. Yeah. So the rest. So the rest of the order right now looks. Let's see here. I have the box. Yeah. So
Holton Warming.
Yeah, and then you got Corey Freeman, who was 0 for 2 today with a strikeout.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they can, if he could get through Hyman here, they'll be a business. And again, I have faith in Holton now. I mean, I think he's
looked a lot better.
He's looked a lot better. Yeah, the cutter's been getting better again. It's just, Caleb, I think you really got to do everything you can to stop this losing streak. You really do. I know they still have the best record in baseball, but it's not. It's important. It's like, it follows what Hinge says, one game at a time, and it's exactly what they have to do. Like, they have to get this game right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what this team has been so good at this year is not letting those 3-game losing streaks turn into 6 like this. And now that it's happening, you're really starting to see the things of this team where it's like, yeah, they need to get better in this spot. They need to get better in that spot. So I don't know, maybe I kind of in hindsight, it's maybe a good thing to happen to this baseball team. So you could really see where kind of the leaks are. But yeah, Holton has been really good. For me, Holton is one of the biggest X factors for this team down the stretch. Because last year, he was starting games for you. He was pitching in the middle innings. Then you're getting really, really high leverage innings late from him. He's saving games for you. Holton is kind of the X factor for me down the stretch.
Yeah, he was any role that Hinch wanted him to play, he did it. And so I agree with you. The only thing that concerns me right now is the bridge between to Vest right now. And the Tigers have to really fix that. They have to address that more than anything else. Because I think it was Evan Petzel put a really good stat about Tommy Canehill's stats where he's losing velocity. And as you know, if you can't set up your changeup with your fastball, you're screwed. They'll sit all day on it.
Yeah, I think from last year when he was with the Yankees, I think he was getting like 32% whiff off that changeup. This year it's down to like 24. When these hitters when they know a changeup's coming, they'll be all over it. But it was like in the beginning of the year, it was kind of funny. We're all watching this. It's like, how do these hitters not know a changeup's coming? He's throwing it 85% of the time.
Yeah.
But now, these hitters, they're getting after him a little bit, and it's frustrating because you're right. That 8th inning, that setup man, the setup man is just as important as the closer, in my opinion. So you need to go get someone like that with some swing and miss there that's going to be able to pitch in the 7th and 8th inning in pretty high leverage spots. And I'll say this, I was just telling Chris Castellani this when he was on. That guy for me this year, before the season started, my biggest breakout candidate this year was Bo Brisky. I thought he was going to be that guy going into the 7th and 8th. Last year, this guy was throwing 100 miles an hour in like really high leverage spots. That I was very, very wrong on. But I'll own up to it. Bo Brisky was my guy going into this year.
No, and that's a fair observation. I think there's something wrong, like injury wise. I think he's on the IL right now, I believe, down in Toledo. So I don't think you're too far off from that. But Brisky has not been. If he's not healthy, then he's not healthy. But I thought that a guy like, really what I saw in Dylan. Wow,
Dylan did he get him?
Did they?
Oh, did Dingler not hang on? No, he didn't.
A guy like Dylan Smith. I thought Dylan Smith. I mean, he's also on the IL. I thought Dylan Smith might come up and be the next big surprise thing, and he hasn't come through as of yet. But there hasn't been. I know Carlos Hernandez is throwing a splitter more, and he was effective yesterday.
Yeah,
but they still. I have a feeling. My whole concern is this: they're going to keep looking internally, and I just don't want them to settle for something internally when there is a better option out there for it.
There is, and we talked about it earlier. I mean, I would give up. I mean, obviously not one of the big three, but I'd give up one of your top guys to go get a high leverage guy that's going to throw in late innings, because that's where 3-1 ball games are won and lost. Is right.
Did you see that the Tigers were in on David Robertson?
They weren't, or were?
They were. I guess they were showing interest in him before Philly signed him.
Yeah. I saw today he signed with Philly. I didn't see that they were interested though. That would have been nice. How old is he now? Around
36, 30.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Yeah, I'm not really.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Scoops.
Did he get him?
Oh, that was nasty. And you got a little trademarked. It should be trademarked at this point. Scoop will scream. Oh, that's a big strikeout right there. And I think you let him go here. I know he's at 105. You let him go. Oh,
all right. I was a little late there, so I saw that he went back with a change.
Oh, am I a little ahead of you? That's my bad.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, that's fine. Duran would be clutch, salty pork chops, but I don't see the Twins going in the division, man. I mean, that would.
Yeah, they won't.
Yeah. Oh man, no, that's a good. I like the way Anakin said that too. The War of the Tiger. That's a good way to put it there. No, salty pork chops. Look, Duran would be perfect. I mean, him or even Puck or not Puck. Who's the other reliever the Twins have that I'm drawing a blank on all of a sudden? Griffin Jacks. Jacks wouldn't be a bad option either. There's Boomer's 11K, so I'm sure Boomer's somewhere fist pumping as he's eating somewhere.
Oh yeah, that is the 11K. Yeah, Booner did. Looks like he's eating dinner there, and he got it. He got it. There he is. We see him down there.
Griffin Jacks would be. There is. So they're okay. Booner, get back on the screen and do the European there it is.
There you go, Boone.
Yeah,
there's your 11. And the 11th was in a big spot there. Yeah. The 11th was in a big spot there. But now, I don't know how you feel about this. I know he's at 105 pitches. Do you yank Scooble there, or do you let him go? I think you let him go after a big strikeout like that. I mean, he's your ace. I think you let him go here. And like you said it, you got to find a way to just end this losing streak. And I think Scooble puts you in the best spot here. But I mean,
they're going to
Holton this matchup.
They're going to put Holton in. Looks like they're going to put Holton in. So
yeah,
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with them putting Holton. Yeah. By the way, here's the thing about. Can I ask you a question? Why is it that Javier Baez is still? I know he's struggling a little bit as of late, but why are we going back to just shitting on him over and over again?
Yeah,
that's what he is. He swings at shit. That's what he is, and he went to have an all-star year, and we're still. I don't get it, man.
I've noticed that too. It might be just a little bit like PTSD from the past 3 years, just like watching it or the past 2 years. Sorry, or I guess maybe 3, but watching it happen over and over and over again. It might just like something in the brain where you got to tweet out Javi sucks. But yeah, he's been, I mean, fantastic this year. Fantastic. And this is one thing that I just think shows what kind of guy he is his willingness just to move to center field and was elite at it. And what kind of teammate that makes him, that's huge.
Yeah. Somebody asked about Alex Lang, and I'm glad that you did, because I have some statistical data for you if you're interested in me sharing it, because I did want to share where he is right now. And the reason why is because it's important to what we're looking at here. I think sharing it. Whatever you let me share it.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Let's see here. Can I share that now? Or I think let me control it.
Yeah, I could get it right here.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
So here's where we're at right now with Lang. And the thing about Lang is that he's generating swings on his knuckle curve, but not much else. So I think that's going to limit him right now because you have to have something to set up. His fastball has been looking better, but he hasn't. It's just been knuckle curve, two-seamer essentially, because I think a sinker more of a two-seamer. Really, I don't think he's ready yet. I mean, he's getting there, but I think against the competition he's facing, you're going to need another pitch there. But look at the percentage of the knuckle curve right there. I mean, that's just you're one-dimensional there at that point. Against lefties, he's been struggling a little bit down there in Toledo. So, but I just wanted to have that on. People were kind of curious about what the options are in Toledo right now. He's getting back into his salty pork workshops, but I think he still needs some time.
Holton just spiked one. Wild pitch, tie ball game.
Motherfucker. Damn it.
That's rough right there. Yeah, they're showing school in the dugout. But no, I think Alex Lang is a guy that me and Chris just talked about. The thing with Alex Lang is if you can't throw fast, which one am I going here? This one? Nope. Still getting used to this thing.
Yeah.
I think it's this one. But if you can't throw fastballs for strikes and you're not consistently in the zone with your fastball, you're not able to start 0-1 and get ahead of counts, it's going to be tough to pitch in the major leagues. You can't rely on a knuckle curve like that and expect to have a ton of success unless it's the nastiest pitch in the world. But I mean, it is a nice pitch, but you got to be able to control that fastball and be consistent with it.
Yeah. Oh, man, there's nothing that Dingler blocked the ball the best he could, but
yeah, that's just a tough bounce. That's unfortunate. Tie ball game. Well, Raj, we really appreciate you coming on, man. This was a blast. Hopefully the Tigers can pull this one out. Go make sure to check out Raj on all of his socials. Is it just your name, your social?
Yeah, so it's a Twitter on Twitter and X, it's Rajcast, and then you can follow Tiger Minor League Report. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tiger Minor League Report, or on Twitter, Tigers ML Report. We're doing a weekend talk about the big three, what we saw, give some observations about that. I did a piece on Troy Melton, what pitches would work for him, and then we're continuing our draft coverage as Tigers look like they signed their 11th rounder River Hamilton that was supposed to be committed to LSU. So plenty of stuff to go around with the Tigers, and again, appreciate your time, Caleb, and the banter, and I look forward to hopefully go to a ball game soon, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Raj, you're the man. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you later.
All right, have a good night, man. See ya.
He's the man. Guys, I don't know what happened out of nowhere. Usually my lighting is like fine in this room. Something happened here where now I'm in the darkness. I'm going to turn a light on real quick. I think we're good. We good now, chat? It was starting to look a little spooky there. But yeah, Tigers just gave up the lead. Not great. Like Rod said, not much Dingler can do there. Salty pork chops, yeah. That was my intention there. Trying to set the mood. Who do we got leading off for the Tigers now? That's disappointing right there that Scuba puts up that performance and he's going to leave with it's a no decision. It's pretty frustrating there. What was Scuba's final line? Let's take a look, Chad. I know Booner did hit his, and no, Crazy Clown, I do agree. I would have liked to see Scuba stay out there, but I'm not saying that's the reason we lost the lead. That's just a tough bounce on Dingler. Holton kind of spiked it a little bit. Yeah, Scuba went 6 2/3, 4 hits, 1 earned, 11 Ks, 105 pitches. That's big time. Glaber beat this out. There we go. Now just keep the ball off the ground, Riley Green. Keep the ball off the ground. Corey Hall, are you talking about pulling Scuba? Dumbest decision of the year? I don't know. I definitely would have liked to see him stay in there, especially after a strikeout like that on that nasty changeup on Jonah Heim, and he gets fired up, and when Scuba's fired up, there's no one better. I forgot to change the scoreboard. Sorry, guys. Tie ball game now. But yeah, I mean, I could understand pulling him there, but I definitely would have liked to see him really bulldog his way out of that first and third situation. Let's see here. And again, shout out Raj and shout out Chris for hopping on, and shout out Boone too, man. You know, when I said I wanted to do a stream today, you know, he called me up and he's like, let me be honest with you. Boone's a dog. So and there he is.
I'm still here.
There he is.
I just win. I'll Riley Green hit.
Riley Green. There we go. No, we're good.
Safe at first and second. Good. Now we get a torque bomb here.
Yes, sir.
Perfect timing to me to show up if torque hits.
Yeah.
I just went and got a little snack wrap. So I went and grabbed some food.
Nice.
Some snack wrap. I didn't eat since earlier today. Oh, I have a surprise for you, Caleb.
Really?
I do. I have a surprise for you. I do have a surprise for you.
I'm excited.
Do you have any idea of what you think what it could be?
A car.
No, not a car.
Okay, what is it?
I can't tell you. It's a surprise.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have my own surprise guest for this show.
Oh, really?
I know. I reached out, brought Chris here, got Chris. You brought Raj. I got my own surprise guest for the people. This one, and I know it's not like there's a lot, like we're a bunch of people watching, but the people who are here, this is like a little, let's not make this weird, like a VIP experience. There's a certain someone that's hopping out on a Sunday night who knows what this he or she, one of the two, who knows what this person's like on a Sunday night. We don't know.
I think I know who it is, and
I don't think you do.
I do.
No, you don't. I no.
Are you being genuine? You don't think I know who it is?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Good friend of mine.
Okay, sounds good.
Salty pork chop said Spenny. No, I would love to have Spenny on, man. Easy, Spenny, any of those guys. I would love to. That would be sick if we could do that, but don't know if we can.
Torque. Come on, Torque.
Can we get a torque bomb here? I think you might be a little ahead. Are you ahead?
I just watched where he sawed off that cutter.
And foul ball?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't react to a home run if there's a home run right away.
But dude, what if it's really fucking awesome?
Give me three. Count to three in your head.
Okay.
All right. Let me bring my special guest on. He is in the building. One of my favorite people in the world. One of the greatest humans in the world. The Doc. John the Doc Macaroon.
Listen, I must be sick. All right. Listen, let me tell you guys what's going on. I'm in the basement. The family's out, which is great. My kids had a birthday party, so I'm watching. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. All right. I was covering the Lions, and Booner's like, listen, we're doing a stream. And I was like, bro, there's a chance my ass is going to fall asleep. I've been going strong since 6 a.m. I'm like, I don't want to promise. And then I was like, you know what? Let me get to bed. And then I come in and I'm listening to Raj. And first and foremost, I want to credit Raj. When I started doing podcasts, there were maybe 3 to 5 decent ones. And Raj was one of them. And so when you model it after him, part of the reason why I was grinding so hard was that guy was doing some great things. I'm like, I got to be as good as him or better to even try. So credit Raj, support him. That guy's a baseball addict. And to cover the minors in what you're doing is crazy. And so he's crazy passionate. Him and Chris have been grinding. So support people who are just passionate about what they do. They do a good job. And so I tell Booner, I'm like, listen, man, I'm going to probably fall asleep. And then I'm like, okay, I'm listening to Caleb going, should they pull him out? I'm like, oh, I got to watch what's going on. And then I knew right away, I'm like, they're going to blow it. And I'm a pessimist. I'm like, of course they're going to blow it. They should have kept his ass in the game. Okay, what's the difference really between 105 pitches and 115 pitches? I mean, literally in the end, if you know you're not going to pay him, wear his arm out. Like, what's the deal here? I mean, one outing is not going to hurt Tariq Skubal. And you knew whoever they put in, I just caught on the TV now, was gonna blow it. I was like, okay, they're gonna blow it. But okay, they didn't give up the lead. It's one. If I'm right, 1-1, 2 runners on, 2-2 count. All right, I'm with it.
Yeah.
So I'm loving it, guys. You guys are crushing it.
Doc, appreciate you hopping on, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I'll sit and watch it maybe an inning or two. I don't think I'm going to fall asleep because, you guys are right. I'm wired.
Imagine Doc falls asleep on air.
Yeah. I might, if I fall asleep, yell and scream. You know what I mean? Because,
we'll just remove you. We'll put you in the behind the scenes.
Yeah. Just put old man Doc fell asleep because listen, you guys know you can realize I got to get up now 5:45, 6 o'clock every morning. I'm more of a as a podcaster, you want to get up at noon. But this schedule for training camp for the Lions is going to be crazy. But
are you there tomorrow?
Every day, as much as possible, I try to get there. Oh, look at this pop up.
Find some great.
Who is that? Is that Perez?
That's
Swenson. Didn't get the job done. That's all right. Hey,
Who's
1-1 game, take it. Listen, man, you got to end this losing streak, man. Listen, I'm not a panic in terms of the season outlook kind of guy, but when I watch games, man, hopefully, are we allowed to cuss on this thing?
Yeah, we're allowed to cuss on this thing.
Okay, all right.
You swear on our show all the time.
Yeah, I do. I know. But I know now that I'm putting out videos, I see the ratings and stuff. I don't want to affect your ad ratings or nothing because I don't watch games calmly. I'm like, listen here, motherfucker, get this hit. I want this hit.
Live and die by every pitch.
Yeah, get this motherfucking hit and let's go. I want to end this game. Hit the fucking ball out of the park. Let's go. Handle business, man. Let's go. I want to end this 1-1 game. I look at it and I say, this Tigers team 6 straight losses is a little disappointing, but it better to happen now than in the postseason. So, is this? I don't have my glasses on, but
this is Veerling. This is Veerling.
He's probably not going to deliver.
Doc, how blind are you?
When I wear glasses to be able, I'm what they call nearsighted, I believe, where I need them to see far away, so I can see generally that it's Veerling 1-1, 2 outs, 8th inning. I can see, but it's a little bit blurry.
So
let's see. Does this look right on camera? I know because there's a glare, but I can watch it clearly. I want to present. I'm holding my phone up with the thing, so I want to present myself somewhat professionally. But hey,
you look good over there, Doc.
Good, Doc. All right, good, man. So this is good. Is the chat liking this? Listen, watching games with me is fun. I got the Coke out, got the Diet Coke out. I'm saying, and ready to hopefully get this win over with. Home run, man! Come on. Handle business one time. I
don't know if Veerling's going to deliver one of those for us.
Doc saying, hey, watching games with me, it's fun. I have the Coke out.
I got the Coke out. I got the Diet Coke out. The pizza, hopefully not burning in the thing. I'll get it hopefully in the between innings. But I want this.
What pizza did you get?
A little frozen pizza.
Leftover Crispelli's, I think, from my family. So
Crispelli's great pizza, man.
It's a winning product, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You throw it in the air fryer or something?
You know what?
The stove oven?
No, it's not an air fryer. I know that. It's the
conventional oven.
Toaster oven.
Yeah, toaster oven.
I have one. We have one in my house as well. That's
little toaster oven. Yeah, I'll walk over there hopefully in a minute. I think it stopped.
Yeah, we don't have.
3-2 count. Let's see. Let's go. Boom. You. All right. Come on, Veerling.
Oh, dude, I want to watch a Tigers game where we can't meet Caleb. Me and you can't see it, and it's just Doc commentating for us.
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
Just boom. Oh.
Yeah, you got
Speaking of watching baseball with you, has Tommy Pham reached out to you and maybe a little charity boxing match or anything going on?
No, man, it's great. I listen. I don't know if he's a fan of Detroit anymore. I listen. I don't know what his deal was, man. That was some soft way to present yourself. I don't know what the fans were saying to him, but we weren't happy. Did he deliver? Yeah, he delivered. Veerling. That's my MF. I knew all along.
There we go, Veerling. Hey, he's been due for one of those hits. He's been due for one of those. There we go.
I knew it all along.
Lead.
There we go.
That's my MFer. I knew all along. I had no doubts. No doubts about it. 2-1, baby. That's it. Now we got to go back to that bullpen.
Come on now.
Close this out. Had no doubt about it. Exit Velo 1055. He's my dog. That's my guy, Veerling. No doubt about it.
That's your dog?
That's my dog. I had no doubts.
Where'd Matt Veerling go to college again?
I don't care. What's he doing now? Last at, it's all about the last at bat. Drive in there, run. That's what I'm talking about.
Doc, let me ask you this. I know the Tigers just took a lead. Hold on, I got to change the scoreboard real quick. I know the Tigers just took a lead. They are in a 6-game skid though. What's your
thoughts on it?
What's your panic level?
None. Look, you go through, how great is that? You go through a 6-game losing streak and you're still like 20 games over 500. This is how
Yeah.
good this team was. So it's good. Like I said, silver linings in these kind of deals is that hopefully it shows the team, get your ass some help at the bullpen, help this team out, get some more help. So you realize, okay, you could use one bat, one starter, one reliever, and maybe even multiple relievers. But most importantly is you just don't want the sloppy play. You don't want what's concerning is that outside of Will Vest, you look at the bullpen and you say, who's got confidence? We all had a little bit of growing confidence in Tommy Kenley, and now he looks like he can't find the strike zone. He's now in positions where he's always behind in the count, and then he's getting tagged, which is terrible. He's probably getting tagged worse than that lady at the Coldplay concert.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
That was crazy, man. Worldwide, it's just really crazy to think that someone could lose their job and get and I know it's tough, but
he lost his job.
He quit.
He stepped down.
He stepped down. So yeah, I mean, it was seen by like 50 million people. A CEO gets caught, and I think it would have behooved him to kind of act normal, but I just think that he knew right away, like, oh shoot, my world's about to end. And that girl smiling next to him, and you just can't stop looking at her like, what? Why is she grinning so big? Like, when you sometimes get caught doing something you're not supposed to do, and you just smile so big, like because you're in shock, like that. I think a lot of people are even more wondering, who the hell is this girl that's got this big grin on her face when her colleague is having an affair? But listen, man, powerful men are always going to do that thing. I do think it's a little bit crazy of Coldplay to actually say that on the camera. He's like, "Uh-oh, this guy's having an affair or he's in trouble."
Yeah.
And people are uniquely interested in 50, 60 guy. I mean, this is not breaking news here to me. Guys cheat, and they cheat a lot. It's one of those deals. And you know what's funny? Just a quick diversion here in the break. I told my wife that. I said, "Listen, guys think about other girls all the time." I'm like, not gonna stop. But one thing, the promise I can give you is I'm not going to cheat because I'm a good guy. But I'm in the psychology business. People cheat all the time. Listen, guys are pigs.
So many times at those concerts or shows, there are people who get put. I've seen so many videos of people get put up there, and they're like, "Oh, are they cheating?" Like you see that all the time. You just have never seen those happen, and then it be people who like. Everyone
important
knows.
people, right? Important people.
That was the first time. So it happens all the time. I see those videos all the time on Twitter.
And actually, too, listen, we say guys are pigs. Ladies are cheating at a high rate, too. Ladies are out here trying to upgrade all the time. But they're doing it more on the down low, from what I hear.
Yeah, they're not going to Coldplay concerts with their side piece.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Caleb Bushley, 15 games, 5.4, 0.4 ERA. All right. These dudes in there listen. Only certain dudes can rock mustaches, like a Sam Laporta of the Lions. You look at it and you say, some of these dudes, man, they need their boys to tell them, hey, shave that shit off.
You don't like his?
Not a mustache guy. I think mustaches are cool.
They are on certain people. This guy, is looking like the guy from Napoleon Dynamite. You know what I mean? That guy's not rocking it right. But listen, man, they're showing Scooble. He deserved better. And I think people are seeing, man, national primetime Scooble is one of the best in the world. He's been he just goes out there and he just feels like he's trying to get $10 million more every year in his contract by how he pitches. It's great to see because it feels like every time he goes out there, he adds another $1 million a year to his deal. And it stinks because I don't know. I just don't get the vibes that the Tigers are going to give him the opportunity to, get that $400 million deal. It's just a lot of money. I hope they do it. It would be like, one of those deals where you might end up, having a good 2 more years out of them next year and the year after, and then you eat the rest of it. But I just think the morale that it would give you to make you feel like you're important, you know what I mean? Make you feel like, hey, we can waste $400 million. We get 2 good years out of it. It would make us feel like we're big time, like we're not cheap. It just feels like Detroit is one of those, it's good. It's reasonable. It's smart. Draft, develop, get good players. But, what the Lions have done is they've rewarded those guys and paid them a lot of money. But $400 million is a lot of money. Like it would be, my hand would be shaking, trying to be like, oh, okay, trying to write that check, scratch that check out every year. I would be a little bit nervous, but we would feel big time if they got it. We would feel big time if we're like, the Dodgers write $400 million checks all the time. It's like another day that ends in Y.
Hey, he deserves it though. He deserves it. He deserves it. And I've been thinking about it pretty a lot recently, just watching him pitch, and I'm getting nervous that he's not going to come back. And I know we still have a year and a half of his control, but man, the Yankees are going to show him 650, or the Dodgers are going to show him 600, and him and Boris are going to be like, I mean, Detroit was fun. I don't know what to tell you. And you hear guys like Max Fried and everything giving them free agent advice. It's not great. Not great. It will be a bad day if Tariff School will sign somewhere else. But again, we have a World Series to win this year, so still have a year and a half left. So,
man, the perv got him out. Bushley got him out. All right, it's bullpen time. So you gotta take care of business now. You got 6 outs to go. Let's go. Handle business. Give him a 6. So, man, what's also been wild about the losing streak is the lack of the where'd the offense go? What happened to the offense? I heard Raj talking about Javi. I haven't really heard a lot of the recent bitching about Javi, but listen, in the end, I think his question was, why are people still all of a sudden bitching about something that he sucks at? Well, because he's paid a lot of money, and it's one of those deals where your contract, we feel like we've taken it on the wrong end of that deal, and we just got a little bit of it back in terms of value. So it's easy to get back. You have that skeptical eye on a player. But it's always guys based when Raj is a good guy, but I don't know if he's deep down digging into the psychology of a fan. Whereas I feel like I am one of the fans, and I'm probably crazier than those fans. And the idea is this: you play well, you're on the good side, but you're only 1 or 2 bad weeks away from us going, "What the fuck, man? Get the what the fuck?" It's one of those deals where it's all about performance, nothing personal. You play well, we're happy. You don't play well, we bitch, we moan, we get nervous. And it's just one of those things. I think athletes know it. They know that the money impacts what people think. And there's no fan. I mean, no, I don't think Detroit is a lot like Philly and New York, but there's a lot of people that try to pretend like they want to, kiss the player's ass, but they know that if they stink, they're gonna get booed. It's just the way it is. Detroit, by and large, we're great fans. But if you play well, we support you. If you don't, you get booed. And that's the way sports has always been. It's largely due to the money, largely due to, the way in which fans feel about how players are. And it's just the way it is. So Javi's got to come back and help this team out, because a good Javi really helps his team, and then Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson, these guys got to kind of carry the load here.
All the big dogs got to step up.
All the big dogs got to bark. Exactly right. So. But another good outing from Schuylkill, man. It's been fun. It's been a great year, man. It's been fun to watch. So really appreciate it, because you're right. It could be the last couple that were a couple of years we're watching him.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, especially to do it on Sunday Night Baseball again. I mean, this guy, he's unreal. But yeah, you're right about. I mean, these guys, and you look at Riley Green today. I mean, you have a couple opportunities with runners in scoring position, or at least positions to really keep an inning going, and you ground into a double play, and then you strike out. So I mean, you're hitting third in a World Series contending team. We're going to need more than that. But he's been absolutely phenomenal this year, Riley Green.
And hopefully with the left-handed reliever here, Holton, hopefully he controls it, gets after it, attacks the strike zone. That's what's been good about the pitching staff with Federer, is that, listen, whatever your stuff is, attack the zone. Let the players hit the ball and put the ball in play. The defense will handle business. These guys are getting too cute and letting the ball spray all over the place. Boom, just like that. Exactly. 91 in. Solid pitch.
That's why Scooble's so good too. He just attacks the strike zone. I mean, he's throwing 75%, 80% strikes, and these guys are going to swing at the first pitches. He's cruising through innings, 8-pitch innings, because he's just attacking the strike zone.
Absolutely. Texas is an average team, and you lost a couple games to them. Please.
Who we got next? What do we got next series?
Back at home.
I think we're back at home. No, we're not at home. We're got the Pirates. Got the Pirates on the road. Tommy Pham and the Pirates.
Oh, look at that. Good. Hopefully we take care of business there.
We're going to need you to fly out to Pittsburgh.
This is fun. We're facing Skeens tomorrow. That's cool.
Skeens tomorrow. All right, let's go.
Got to win this game now.
55-44. I think the team that is interesting now is the Mariners. They've had our number a little bit, so I want to get revenge on them hopefully later in the year, and hopefully you look at the AL wild card. Hopefully, I feel like the Tigers, would outgrit the Yankees and handle business against a lot of teams. But some teams certainly will feel a little bit of confidence against you. And that Seattle series was terrible. All right, what do we got? 0-2. Let's go. or 2-2 with an 0-2 batter. Boom. Look at him. Sit down, motherfucker. Not your day to day. Let's go.
Got him.
Doc,
That's
no
it.
swearing on the show, man.
Oh, sorry. I told you. I asked you.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Listen, I don't care. At this point in time, it's been a long ass day. That's what I want to see. I want to see this losing. See, I think the good thing is that me coming on for the last 6 outs, they're going to win. No doubt about it.
I like that positivity.
I love
That's
it.
right.
I love
That's
it.
right. They're going to end it. They're going to end the losing streak.
Come on now, Holton. 1 out.
That's right.
Holton's a guy too. With this bullpen being pretty bad as of late, Holton's a guy who's looked a lot better recently. It's good to see him turn it around a little bit after a beginning of the season, or at least middle of the season, that was pretty brutal.
No doubt. What's wild, I just can't believe that last year the Tigers offense was a struggle and the bullpen was just world class. Now this year's been flipped, where the bullpen has a lot more struggles. I'm just wondering why. Was there overuse or confidence? But the normal flow of a season. But man, the starting pitching has really helped this team, and the offense, man, if they can just get back to it, But listen, they've been a lot of close games. I think really truly, when they get off the schneid here, hopefully with this win, they'll get back to another 2-3 game winning streak and get back to winning series. I have no doubt about it. Just there's a lot of good players, and it's just one of those things that happens. I do think that the series against Seattle was kind of a checkout series. Looking ahead to the All-Star break, you just start getting distracted. Just that little bit of distraction can take away your focus just a little bit. And baseball is just crazy like that, where it can go off. See, look at this. This is a nonsense pitch, four-seam fastball. Find the zone. Like, what the hell? Get ahead of the count. I think that's what the Tigers, in their early stats when they were winning, were their first pitch strikes were ridiculously high in terms of getting into the count.
There we go. Good pitch there. There we go.
Strike him out.
Backdoor cutter.
Very well said, Doc.
Exactly. Get ahead of the count. Strike him out.
Doc, I did ask Raj this. I don't know if you've heard, and I know we're in the crunch time of this game right now, but I got to know. And I'm not going to let you say hot dog because that's a cop-out answer. What's your favorite ballpark food? You're going to Comerica Park. What are you going to get?
Man, it's a good thing. Bratwursts are great.
Sure.
You know what? I'm old school. Sorry if I was maybe I'm looking at the wrong stats there, but I think that just in general, first for pitchers, when you look at relievers, definitely getting ahead of the count, definitely key. And you got to 2 count and struck them out, which is great.
Yeah.
I wonder who they're going to bring in next. I'm an old school guy. I'm simple. Take me to the ballpark, sit me anywhere. I'm going to get a tall beer, whatever it may be, Coors Light, Miller Lite, whatever. Nowadays, $12, $15, whatever the price is. Sit me down, bag of peanuts, and let me crack at it and get at it. That's what I like to do. Peanuts and beer. And
that's a great answer.
The classic duo, they say.
Yeah, the classic duo. Throw them on the ground, talk to your friends about the game, and
great answer.
Yeah, peanuts for me because a lot of I don't really go for nachos. I don't think that the food is that great, especially at Comerica. I think the new stuff that they're getting is good, but it's just expensive, and I just kind of more of just a simple peanuts and beer kind of guy, and watch a game. All right, so it's 2 outs and bottom of the 8th inning, and new pitcher in to end this inning and get after it. You get the insurance run too next inning. So
Seager up, who's been impossible to get out. And shout out Dayton BS in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, man. Rangers fan. You're always welcome, man. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Corey Seager up. I mean, he's been a
Tiger killer.
Impossible to get out recently. Yeah. I mean,
Tiger
I think he's 8 for 11 against Tarek Skubal this year, or maybe in his career. You don't see that often. I think Brent Rooker is probably the only other guy that's close to, those numbers against Skubal.
Got it.
What is it, Vest here? That's going to be a 4-out save?
Oh, baby. You can count on Vest. All right, shut it down. It's not Seager. It's somebody else.
It's Langford, and then they got Seager next.
Oh, why Langford? The guy that everybody talks about.
See, I just don't get those conversations. Those conversations still get brought up, Doc, and we all know who's always bringing it up.
Sure.
How do those conversations still get brought up when Max Clark is doing what he's doing?
I know, right? It's just one of those deals where I think if you bring up a name, look at this, 0 for 3 today. Listen, it's got to go 0 for 4. This is perfect. Look, there's just names that people get associated with potential, and you look what's good about the Tigers is that I think the minor leagues is developing a lot of young talent, and the hit rate is so tough. So people believe that Langford would have been maybe a spot that could have been and helped your infield. So look at that, sit him down. That was quick.
Oh, there we go. That's 3 heaters. That's just 3 heaters. Set him down.
Set him down. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Not in our league. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a quick 9th inning. This is perfect. Now just give him the insurance run. That was perfect. And I think that's what it is that it's always fun to say, well, if you would have had this player, maybe you would have been further along in your infield and you would have did that. So that's kind of how we are as fans. But no, look, Max Clark is going to be great. I can't wait. The future is going to be bright for the Tigers with all the young talent, McGonigal, all the arms that you're seeing. I just think the draft picks, I think, are reasonable. It's nice to see, you guys remember when years passed and you look at the Major League Baseball rankings in the minor leagues and we'd be atrocious. You just be like, oh my God, you can't even offer nothing to get anything. Now you can legitimately, you don't even have to give up a McGonigal or a Clark. You can go down the line and offer some things to maybe not get the top of the line, but maybe the next tier. And I think that's kind of what you're supposed to do, is to stock up where when you're close, if it's this year or next year, if you're 1 guy away and 2 guys away, you can sacrifice some things and restock. So, baseball is such a deep draft and there's so many years to wait in development, but to see these guys move up is great, and they're doing well moving up too. So that's a good sign. It's a really good sign. And so now the future of the Tigers is bright, but again, Tigers fans, we're just waiting to cap it off with okay, move just this year, move further ahead. Maybe if you invest, you can get to the World Series and see what happens and compete. There's a chance. There's always a chance. But without any moves, you guys know there's no chance. Like I told Booner, there's no chance without moves that the Tigers are in the class of the Dodgers. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do to be on that level. But I think this deadline could be very easily screwed up by Scott Harris. I mean, this is the first trade deadline we're going in the past 10 or so years that we're going to be buyers, and he's got to go make moves. I think he has to be aggressive, not aggressive to the point where you're trading one of the big 3 in Briseño, McGonigal, and Clark. I don't think you touch those guys are untouchable to me, but you got to be aggressive.
Got to be aggressive. Got to be aggressive. You're absolutely right. No, I don't think he will. I don't think he will screw it up. You just go out and get, I think there's a guy, I know there's some weaknesses, but Eugenio Suarez basically said, come get me. He said, come get me. Now he's got a high strikeout rate. I get it, boomer bust, but that guy would look good. It'd be kind of full circle based on the crappy way he left, but that's a nice arm. Pitchers from the Pirates, you're going to get a good look at some relievers they have that you can kind of pick apart. So there's a chance. Or teams like the Orioles. What stinks, guys? I think everyone notices now that Boston's was on a winning streak, so they're not letting go of their guys anymore. They're going to push, but they got to. You look at the rankings; they are in a delicate spot where I don't know if they still decide to push forward. They have one of the toughest schedules the remainder of the year, and I doubt they're going to sell, but man, it's going to be a delicate thing. I wonder if they don't do a full sell. But I was shocked that they made a move to trade one of their expensive contracts. But that's good for them. If they didn't feel like it was a fit, they got rid of it. So that was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird situation with him when they brought in Bregman and Devers refused to move off of third base.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Weird situation. But yeah, I mean, there was a point where the Red Sox weren't playing well when the conversations were Bregman and Aroldis Chapman. Should the Tigers go after those 2 guys? But now they're playing a little bit better. They got a young, fun lineup too with Mayer and Roman Anthony and Christian Campbell, who they sent down, but they're going to bring back up. That's a fun team, honestly.
Very much so. Very much so. So I like the series against Boston. I like what we're going to do in the second half of the year. It's going to be great. Like I said, I think this is a team that, you guys asked me, what do you guys think? And I said it was going to be a team that's going to win. And it just had the feel of a season that was going to be special. So it's a good team. It's just, like I said, I don't want to go too far ahead and say, okay, it's got to be World Series or bust. But it's important. But they're on the right trajectory. And there's a chance with a couple moves that they'll give some fans a lot of memories. And getting to the World Series this year is great. Would be great because I do think that there's a feeling that there's a nice ascension that if they get into the ALCS or get to the World Series, that even next year with a couple guys you bring in, you can handle business.
Hey, you boys are killing it, man. You boys are killing it talking ball right now.
Is the chat liking it? I'm not like
chat's loving it. I'm enjoying it too. I'm zoned
I
into
can't believe,
this
like I
game
said,
right
aren't you guys? I feel like at times I'm like, man, am I getting overexposed? Because I do like to talk and watch sports is how I am. If I would be talking, we'd be talking about the Tigers and their future, we'd be like, we want them all. We want all the talent, and bring down the prices too, because those damn beer prices at Comerica are killing me.
How was that? How were those seats behind home plate? Like, what was that whole experience like?
Free food?
Free food. It was, listen, man, guys, it was great. I did it for my nephew. That was the deal. I said, all right, we did it last year. It was the Pirates, and we were like, Scuba Skeens, you gotta go. So we sat, the first game we sat in the rain. So that sets your mood. We sat behind the dugout on the third base side.
Yeah.
So we got to see Scuba right up close. So that was just legitimately crazy. So then we go in the second game, we get into those seats, and they're absolutely worth it. We ate pizza, steak, prime rib, hot dogs, nachos. We ate a little bit of everything. Sushi. I must say, had like 25 rolls of sushi. And then the part that made it like why I was like that was
at the ballpark banging sushi.
Yeah, we were hungry and we were
sushi and beer.
Yeah, we were crushing the food. We went there. That's why people don't sit in the seat, because the food is decent enough to enjoy. We saw Alex DeBrincat in there. I said hello, and we ate good. And then what happened was there was a rain delay from 9 to 10, so it's all you can drink. So I was already handful in, and there's another hour in there just having a good time, and they were freely serving it. So at that point I had the liquid courage in me, but it's a well worth it for one game experience. We had the best time. We heated the seats, cooled the seats, and what was great was you can't take that swing, MFer. What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
You gotta swing. Come on.
That's Trey Sweeney for you.
It makes it so that, you always say in baseball, make your at-bats count. And if you don't swing, just standing there. I mean, that was a tough pitch, but Jesus, just at least swing at the damn ball. It's in that's in the zone.
Yeah, you got to protect the plate too.
Yeah, doing that, that's just a reason for the umpire to call you out for being like that. All right. Get after here. 2 outs. But yeah, it was well worth it. Foul.
Yeah, it looked cool.
It was well worth it. I had a good time, and like I said, we had the extra hour rain delay, and then we got back in there. Yeah, nope, nah. Sorry, guys. Foul ball.
I thought we had. I'm behind. I thought we had something.
Yeah, I thought it was good, but yeah, worth it. Well worth it for one game, and it was fun. And we did move around a couple of spots all over the zone, so it was well worth it. Now, come on, cool, Keith. Boom. I think I like the potential of Keith. I know his name is in the mix of like, okay, if you have to give up somebody on the team, it would be Keith. But I like his potential. The problem is he's a little bit streaky. I like his potential. I like what he can bring to the table, and if he can get his bat going, that's a nice addition. Keith, I like him in this lineup as a left-handed power bat.
With a guy like him, being so young with so much potential, does that maybe change your opinion on maybe like a Gleyber Torres extension? Like knowing that Cole Keith will probably be the second baseman of the future, do you extend Gleyber Torres after this year?
I do. If he continues in the second half, I think there's a reason why they targeted him. I like the way he attacks the strike zone. I like his defense. I think all around, I just think that he's a solid baseball player, and one in which I think sparked this offense a little bit when he came here. And for him to be named an All-Star was pretty cool. It was really cool. I liked it. I liked the signing. Now there were times you looked at his game and you say, okay, some of his defense would be astray with New York, and he fell out of favor. But here in Detroit, I just think he feels comfortable with the environment and the coaching staff, and he's come out here and had an all-star year. So this is good. 2-2, boom. Oh, this pitcher gave a low pitch there, sinker. Okay. So now it's an advantageous count. 3-2. This is it. He's gonna launch one here. I got a feeling. 3-2 count.
Gotta give him one to hit here. Gotta give him one to hit.
Gotta give him something. Come on, this is something for him to hit. Boom. Oh, he didn't. Gave him some shit. He got scared. That's right. That's another thing. When you got home run power, these soft ass pitchers get scared. Look at this guy. This guy was scared. This guy was scared out of his mind. He's like, if I give him anything, he's gonna destroy it. So that's good. All right, who's up to bat now?
Gleyber.
It's the guy. All right, let's go. 2-run homer. Let's go. We're talking about him.
3 today, or 3 for 3, 2 hits
Let's
and a walk.
Let's go. True pro. He wants that. See, that's a good thing too. You want a guy that's going to fight for his contract. 3 out of 3. Let's go. Let's go. He's going to end the game right here. 2-run bomb. And I do think that part of the relationship with Javi is also part of the reason why Javi's comfortable. I think that he's got a great relationship with the guys on the team, and it's well worth it to keep him around if he continues to play like this. Listen, this guy's going off, man. This is great. Scared a little bit. Pressure's on.
Yeah, he is. Can't find the zone.
Yeah. Can't find the zone. This is time. Look at that. 813 OPS, 282. Listen, 282 in the way some of the offense was last year, it looks like money. There were times last year where there were guys that didn't look like they could hit 240. Oh, that was the money pitch. That was pitch sinker. I got him out. His money pitch. He took advantage. All right.
The money pitch.
That's the money pitch. But here we go. Seager, Semien, and Garcia. That looks good. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3. No problems. That's the way you handle it. Get Corey Seager up and get after it. But yeah, Comerica Park's a great experience, bro. You know what's good is when I was first taking my nephew, you could get a 300 level seat on a Thursday for like $10, and the first and second row out in the upper deck would be empty. Like you could just get the worst seat in the building and move down because it's tough. Most people work Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon. If you can get a day off, you can spend a day at the ballpark. It's just one of the great experiences that you can have. You don't have to spend like I did for one game. You can go and enjoy Comerica. I just want to do that for my nephew because that little shit is a big, huge little baseball fan. I love him, and I wanted to show out a little bit. I wanted to, and I wanted to get on TV too. To be honest,
Can I ask how you got those tickets? Do you know someone?
No. It was because of the rain delay. I had a feeling you can buy them on StubHub or SeatGeek, or I have a relationship with SeatGeek. I have a relationship with a couple ticket vendors that used to sponsor me at the podcast, so I know a couple people. But I knew they were available because of the rain delay. So it was the Wednesday game. It got moved to Thursday night. So I had a feeling people will put them up there. And this one I got below market value because they were motivated sellers. They wanted to get rid of them, so I got them for well under. They were $500 tickets, and I got them for like $170 each. So the value to me was worth it. I was like, okay, well under 50% for one game. That's probably going to be the only game I pay for a long time. So I'm like, okay, just do it up for one. Show out for the nephew. I wanted to get on TV. I wanted to do what I was doing, just making hand gestures. And I went out like a clown the way I was looking at it because I have the game taped on TV. But I was like inebriated. I was drinking a lot. My nephew and I were having fun. We were laughing, telling jokes, laughing at the Pirates, and just having a good time. And that's the way I believe. You just go to one game and just do it up as opposed to 20 games. But for me, I get credentialed. I get to go when I need to. But I only go to like a handful of games a year. But I watch them all. At some point. And I like it's Lions and Tigers for me, and I'm good. Pistons and Wings, I definitely pay attention to, read about them. But it's just tough day to day to watch because I'm more of a fundamentalist, and if you can't shoot the basketball, it's just the Pistons got better this year, but the last couple of years, the game of basketball, I'm more old school. It's like, come on, I like the fundamentals of the game, and then the Wings are cool, but I want them. Oh, okay, good, right away. Look at that, one and done. That's it. See what I tell you, nice and easy. Will Vest
nice
is a guy you can count on. Nice and easy. Just end this. See, all you need to do is bring the doc on and force me to come on, and they're gonna end the game quickly. So I'm happy, and that's the way I believe. You do it up once, and I do think the viewing experience like this. Can you guys beat this? Like I can't beat this. I have a nice basement. I sit at home, comfortable, and you can go to the bathroom whenever you want. You don't have to deal with people standing up. Like literally, like Tigers fans. I'm not gonna be mean to you guys, but look at that right away. I'm not gonna be mean to you guys, but the Tigers fans like to get up out of their seat and walk around. Me and my nephew are like hardcore, want to sit and watch. Like if we're sitting in the seat, we watch. We had to get up like from the first game like 6 times as these young kids kept getting up and down. I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like how much 80? Like you couldn't like chill out for a minute. But this is great. You get to sit here, watch a win. I told you guys the DOC is good luck. They're gonna win the game, and you had 3 great guests on and 3 diehards, and boom, look at that. Look at that. Will Vest is in command. He just looks like a guy that just wants to end a losing streak. That's what's going to happen against Adolis Garcia. Let's go. Sit down. This guy don't look like no clutch.
He's not.
Nope. No, he don't look clutch at all.
He's pounding the strike zone, Doc.
That's it. That's what we like. That's it. This losing streak is about to end. Good. Now 53 got pissed. He's like, I can't believe I swung at that. That's right, because you're at the sorry, mate. You are at the mercy of Will Vest.
Or go 1-2 count. Go with another heater here, Vest. Go with another
right
heater.
Down the middle. 98, right down the middle. The guy's just gonna stand there, frozen. See ya, bitch. It's over. That's it. Game over. Losing streak's over. See ya, bitch.
Good luck.
What I tell you? What'd I tell you?
There we go, boys.
2-1
Go.
victory. Tight game. Losing streak's over. They all know it. Clutch game. Now they're going to explode offensively.
Finally.
That's right.
Needed that one. Needed that one.
All right. I'm going to enjoy some pizza and some Diet Coke. I did you guys a solid. Hey, if the
Yes,
chat
sir.
has any questions before I get out of here, if they want to know anything about today, I'll give you guys 10 more minutes before I fade out of here. My oldest probably going to sleep. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to check in on Scotty Scheffler because I taped the final round. Legendary player. I want to see how the hell he maneuvered. I mean, he was no doubt.
I'll watch the final round. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
crazy.
Unbelievable. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to watch the 11, probably tape the 11 o'clock TV show. What else am I going to do? I read most of what the Lions coverage was today as well, but I think that's about it before I get to bed because tomorrow's going to be another big day. So what's the chat interested in before I get out of here?
Let's see. They're saying Lions signing any D tackles with Levi O out. Say AG's burner.
It's a good AG's burner. Good question. The idea is going to be that you like Tyleik Williams. He looked good out there today. Pat O'Connor's there, another defensive tackle. I think you got to give Broderick Martin a look before you go outside the organization. Keith Cooper is a defensive end. I don't know if they're going to get one right now. I think they still look internally with the undrafted free agents and see what's going on. But man, that was, I mean, on the first day he's out for the year. That's just that's a rough signing, man. That was terrible news. But I do think that they'll, he did force a lot of pressures last year, but it stinks that he's gone. But I do think you'll produce it in a different way. But I do think they like Lopez quite a bit. I do think that they like what the idea of Lopez and Pat O'Connor and Tyleik Williams. I think we'll get a quick education, no doubt about it.
Let's see. Jason says, should I put money on the Tigers to score a bunch of runs against the Pirates after a tough series yesterday? Well, they're facing Skeens tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. The next two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Aren't there, like you guys know, aren't there great like first five bets? I hear first five is like the money in baseball.
First five unders when you got two aces going against each other. First five unders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the talk I hear in the gambling world. So hammer that tomorrow.
I think it's Flaherty versus Scoobs. I mean, not Scoobs. Sorry, Skeens.
Let's see. Flaherty is always a question mark, though.
He is. If he's commanding that fastball, though, he's a good pitcher.
No doubt.
With that knuckle curve.
So,
all right, let's see if we got anything else here. Doc, thank you so much for coming on. I mean,
absolutely.
Boone told me 7th inning, he had a little surprise for me, and it was the Doc. Couldn't have been a better surprise. And, I mean, the game wasn't looking so great until you came on and we walked away with the W.
For sure.
With the W, that's right. Yeah, message me if you do these watch-alongs. It's fun to do. Like I said, the Tigers are a team to watch. It's great to be a part of the Detroit sports community. The Old English D means a lot to everybody, and it's just fun to be a winning team. And it's fun to talk, hot stove baseball. Who are we going to get at the deadline? Watching every game, looking at advanced numbers, advanced analytics. You young cats in the advanced analytics, the on base percentages and the spin rates. It's all great. So it's fun. You guys keep us going. But for me, as they all say, chick dig the long ball, and I'm a big guy that enjoys starting rotations and power bets.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Doc, we appreciate it, man.
You're the man.
We'll
Doc.
talk to you Wednesday night.
I think we're losing him. I think
And we lost him. Hey, shout out to the Doc.
All right, shout out Doc.
Caleb, good stuff tonight, man.
Shout out to you guys as well for tuning in. Had a great time, Boone. Thank you for hopping on again. Thank you to Raj and Chris for coming on as well. You guys are the
good
best.
stuff tonight, Caleb. You killed it. You
guys are the best. Make sure to subscribe, follow us on the socials, buy some merch, all that good stuff. You guys have a great rest of your night, and go Tigers. Losing streak is over.
Love you guys.
Go Tigers.